Welcome to Madden 27, where today we're going over the career of a generational quarterback, and after many simulations and draft classes trying to find one, here is what I ultimately found, and I wanted to show you just for proof. Look at how insane this quarterback is. A 97 speed, 96 acceleration player who's got a cannon arm, and as I typically do with these types of videos, I reskinned the player. I kept the ratings, I kept all like the stuff that is important to him the same. I changed the name, changed the appearance, and today we're going to be following the career of not only a generational quarterback, but Montel Horner. If you watched the South Carolina video, you'd know all about him, and look who got the #1 overall pick by a comfortable margin. The Arizona Cardinals were 3 games worse than anybody else, and well, it's no surprise that needing a quarterback and not wanting to be saddled with Jacoby Brissett or Carson Beck for the long term, you get Montel Horner being the #1 overall pick, an 83 overall X-Factor quarterback with 96 throw power. They're like the persona stuff, confident, contract-minded, resilient, competitive, assertive. A lot of stuff that could potentially come up later. We'll see kind of how we play things out here, if that stuff does play a strong factor in how his career turns out. But for those of you who are new, and, you know, I do this all the time with the generational players rather than just kind of following a whatever generational guy that's auto-generated. I'll take the ratings, I'll take all that stuff, I won't touch it. I'll just rename the player, reskin the player, import him into a fresh draft class, and that's so we could get a little bit of investment, because if you watch the South Carolina video, Montel Horner was probably my favorite player from that video. Now let's see how his career turns out. I'm going to watch his debut just because we don't know how long it's going to be before they make the playoffs. It's the Cardinals. The roster isn't really all that much different from year 1 to year 2 still. You know, the same cast of characters: Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Trey McBride, and Jeremiah Love, the main weapons here for this team. So I'm not gonna, you know, really bank on them making the playoffs, but let's see what Montel Horner can do in his debut. After this game, I will only be spectating playoff games. So I just wanted to see, you know, I always do it just in case. What if it takes him 3-4 years to get into the playoffs and we never get to see his early career stuff? That would be unfortunate. So we're going to get to see his debut against a tough Texans defense, 31-24. It's about how you start and how you can make a legendary impression and live up to that generational title. CJ Stroud is torching this defense right now. 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards, and with that 7-point lead, they give the ball back to the Cardinals, who Jeremiah Love, 11 carries, 78 yards, and we'll see how that backfield can try to, you know, formulate it. How dangerous is it going to be? You got like in some people's minds, a generational running back in one draft class. You get a generational quarterback the next. You got the best tight end in the league in Trey McBride, arguably him. Brock Bowers in that conversation. We'll see if Marvin Harrison, who once upon a time was a generational prospect of a receiver. I know we're throwing that word around, but like, Marvin Harrison, even though he hasn't lived up to it yet, was regarded as that type of prospect. Maybe he just needed a quarterback to get him up to speed and get him to that 1,000-yard mark and be a true #1 receiver. Or will it be Michael Wilson, who he ends up connecting with as driving with 7 minutes to play? Handoff. This is Tyler Algier, the backup back for a short gain, as now 2nd down, and Horner to throw. Horner sacked by Will Anderson. And you're going to have to deal with these special edge rushers throughout your time in the NFL. I mean, look at the division he is in. He is playing with the best of the bunches, and a touchdown pass. Trey McBride. I was going to bring up, hey, he's in the Rams division. You got Myles Garrett on him. He got all these dangers. He got the Seahawks pass rush on him. He got Bosa on him. He got everybody on him in this division. And he's going to have to deal with a lot of it. But 31-31, what a first game. The 4 touchdown passes for Horner, and a jet pass now. Stroud to Nico for a first down. Under 5 to go. And a handoff through the lane and right close to the first down marker. It'll be 2nd and inches as Stroud drops back now off play action. Chased and sacked by Josh Sweat. 3rd down and 8. As Sweat in again, gets the throw up, and they got the completion. And once again, Nico Collins for the first down as the handoff tackled in the backfield, loss of 1. But the Texans down to less than 3 to go. Nico Collins short of the line, 10 catches for Nico, 3rd down and 5. Stroud to the air with a free rusher in. It's broken up. And taking over is the Cardinals offense. Can we have a game 1 game-winning drive from Montel Horner? And an incompletion, 3rd and 11 as Horner to throw, short drop, and over the middle, it's incomplete. I don't know why, I think there was an offensive lineman on a route. Stroud, first play of the drive for the Texans, and a 2-minute drill, picked off. Tried it for Nico again, and it's picked, and now Horner set up with a chance to win his debut. Almost picked on the other end. 3rd down and 9 as Wilson in motion, and the throw from Horner. He'll go Michael Wilson's way, and he's going to get close to the marker, not quite, but that's going to set them up for a 52-yard field goal try. Kick is good. And now the Texans have just a minute to play. And Horner's done a lot already in his debut. Probably, you can already look at one of the more impressive debuts given the circumstances and who he's playing against, the defense that he's playing. And the defense of the Cardinals cannot stop. Nico Collins is over 10 catches and a sack now for the defense. 3rd and 13 with 37 seconds to play. Stroud is going to launch one down the field. It's a wobbler and incomplete. 4th and 13 to seal the game. Stroud floats it up. Flag is down. It's incomplete, but there is a flag. And it is roughing the passer. Well, this Cardinals defense is not going to make it easy for Horner, are they? As with 20 seconds to go. Flag down again. There's no way. 2 in a row. Roughing the passer. And you've just handed them a field goal. They're immediately going to send out the field goal units. Are you kidding me, man? What a debut game, though. 34-34. We're in overtime. And the Cardinals have the ball first. Horner, I guess he's just having to do a whole lot. You can already tell the type of situation he's being put in, where he's got to do all this just to win one game, his first game. And if this is game 1, what is game 10, game 20, 30, 40 going to look like? And if this team cannot get a defense around him, you're getting torched by C.J. Stroud, guys. What the heck, man? As Jeremiah Love goes for 100 yards now. Close to midfield. Love gets through the middle. And Jeremiah Love for another first down at the 35. And they're well within field goal range. And Tyler Algier is checking in to get another 11. 3 points feels like a certainty, but can you get the full touchdown? Short pass will set up 3rd down and 6 from the 20. Marvin motion in the drop back throw. Caught for McBride, but a yard shy. And they'll kick the field goal. Kick is good. And now the Texans. Can they get a field goal to level, a touchdown to win? And the Texans off to a hot start, 38-yard line after a big run. Stroud underneath, caught. Not much though, 3rd down and 6, spreading the field. Stroud with a free rusher in, gets rid of it, and out of bounds. 4th and 6, and can you end this one? Stroud caught into field goal range. And Stroud now, can they find the end zone? Drop ball out of the backfield. It'll be 2nd and 10. And Stroud, pressured hit, incomplete. What a hit to jar that loose. 3rd down and 10. It's Stroud moving, throwing it deep, and it's incomplete. They'll have to settle for 3. 55-yard field goal to extend, and the kick is no good. What a way to start your career. I said this is the only regular season game you're going to see this video, but hey, we made sure it was worthwhile, and a 1-0 start. Will that result in playoffs, though? As Horner, for almost 400 yards in his debut, 4 touchdowns. But as the rookie season comes to an end, Montel Horner and his Arizona Cardinals, 9 losses on the board, 8-9. Despite 8-9, they were still last in the division. Horner's rookie season, 4,200 yards, 31 touchdowns, and he ran for another 360 and another touchdown on the ground. The Patriots win the Super Bowl over the Lions, but Montel Horner, as you can see there, won Rookie of the Year. So good on him. And look at that. He's already up to a 90 overall with also other boosts. But in base, he is a 90 overall. This is the team for year 2. The offensive line is probably the weakest point of this offense. But still, like, this is a really good offense. Jeremiah Love and Marv is now good. They got Troy Franklin as their number 3. And that's an awesome team. on offense. Walter Nolan, Will Johnson, superstars. They got Frankie Louvu in the building, Jonathan Cooper, Garrett Williams. Safeties could be a little bit better, but that's a really good rookie safety. That's like an 81 safety. Year 2. Will it result in playoff action? Well, yes, it will. A 3-win improvement. 11-6 on the year, winning the tight division where they had 3 double-digit win teams. You'll be seeing one of them here today. No more Matthew Stafford in LA. It's Ty Simpson. And a battle of 2 young quarterbacks in this division looking for a playoff victory. Can Montel Horner win his playoff debut here at home? Year 2, he's already turned this Cardinals team around behind a bunch of talented draft picks. Can you successfully shift the Rams down a peg for the long haul and say, hey, no more Stafford? And, you got a bunch of old players on the top like Garrett. And, if Aaron Donald ends up coming out of retirement or whoever else wants to join along, this is not the same Rams team and we're not the same Cardinals team. It's 24-24, but goal to go and a stop at the 4, 3rd down and goal. Simpson to the air, screen set up, and the backup running back tracked down. And they'll have to force a field goal try. It is good. 27-24. And Horner, his first playoff action. No stranger to the playoffs in the world of college football. Now he gets to try it at the NFL level. And what a turnaround, though, for the Cardinals in just 2 seasons. Finding themselves winning the division as Horner now dropping back from the 47 in the flats. It's the backup running back. Algier is hurt, so they have actually... It's their 3rd string running back getting the number 2 reps here, and they'll go into the flats again with him and lose more yards. I don't love that. Horner, 3rd and 13, though. Sitting in the pocket. Horner! Tracked down! Byron Young! Sacked and now having to punt it away. As Simpson to the air, 2nd and 12, inside. Got the completion. We'll set up 3rd down and 7. Simpson, a clean game. 2 touchdowns, no picks. As Simpson rolling, throwing, and caught at the line. They'll punt it up 4th and inches and taking over because Jeremiah Love's got to be banged up as well because why is he not carrying the ball more? As it's looking like they're down to just their 3rd string running back, 3rd down and inches, and his Horner, he's got to run it, get rid of it, incomplete, 4th down and inches, and they punt now. So 2 teams backed up in their own territory, opting to punt on 4th and inches. 2nd down and 9. Simpson play fake. Simpson hit in the flats. He's got Puka, but just for 2. Nice open field tackle. And now 4 minutes to play. 3rd and 7. Simpson, Nolan in, gets it to Puka, but Will Johnson's all over it. And Horner gets the ball back, and the pressure is just on with this Rams team. Even without Myles Garrett, it's still a really talented D-line and almost picked off. 3rd down and 10. And Horner scrambling. There's that speed. 1st down. Want to see him use that 97 speed more, but he decides he wants to be a pass-first quarterback. And there's the backup 3rd string running back getting the completion for a 1st down. He's getting a lot of targets his way because he got the pressure in with another sack. I said the offensive line was the weakest part of this Cardinals offense, and it's showcasing that as Marvin Harrison coming off a big season this year. Superstar Devin, he's starting to live up to it. He just needed a quarterback as Troy Franklin incompletion. 4th down and 4 with under 2 to go. And Horner, it's going to be caught. Michael Wilson, keep this game moving. Can Horner pull off the game-winning drive? Handoff, broken tackle, and a 1st down, a 60-yard gain. 1:15 to play. Horner outside, broken up, just tight covers. This Rams defense is so good. Horner finds a man. Oh, it's Michael Wilson. Touchdown. Wilson caught it over a defender, got by him, and that could be a game-winning touchdown in your first playoff action. Michael Wilson. Can the defense hang on now? 31-27 with a minute to go. And now maybe this is the chance for the legend of Ty Simpson to be created. Will he snuff out the generational quarterback in his first playoff game as it's going to be 3rd and inches? From the 32, you need a touchdown with 45 seconds to play. Simpson rolls and throws. Picked up. Taking it back. And it's a pick 6 for the Dagger. And the Cardinals are going to win their playoff game. And they did something that their last #1 overall quarterback couldn't do in Kyler Murray, and that is succeed in the playoffs. No disrespect to Kyler. Oh, how about a fumble for good measure on the kickoff? I mean, you didn't need it, but that will do it. And Arizona will win this game, dancing their way to the sidelines. I'm happy for them. The Cardinals deserve a little bit of success. Horner ends up running for 21 yards and a touchdown, throwing for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And now you get to move on to the next round, staying at home, where Horner leads them out. And look at the hype in the building tonight. It's a team that believes that they have a new era of success led by one man. And coming out of the tunnel, who will it be today? It's the Seahawks. Well, the divisional gauntlet not over yet. And the Seahawks, if you thought the Rams defense was hard, well, yeah, you're running into this defense that isn't going to be any easier. Eman Worry gets the tackle there after Horner gets the first down run. Throwing on the run, that's going to be Marv for a gain of 8. But yeah, this is a team down now by 18 points. Needing a big score here. They're in the red zone, so you won't count them out quite yet. But Horner steps up and runs. Horner is sliding at the 8. And you need to find points soon. It has to be a touchdown. There it is! Down to the 1. Marvin Harrison, so close. At the 1, come on, Jeremiah Love, no play action, back in the end zone, touchdown Michael Wilson. And we can see if the Seahawks offense now can keep on moving the way they have been. This game has been not only, strong for the defense of the Seahawks, but it's been stronger for the offense of the Seahawks. Sam Darnold has been doing his thing, and chased by Sweat, sacked by Sweat. 2nd and 17. In the flats, they go the bubble and going to be tackled for a loss. As now 3rd and 19. Darnold throwing short of the line. It'll be caught, and that'll be a punt. Darnold, you see there, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, as Trey McBride with the grab. 8 yards for him. 7 minutes to go, and Horner in the zone right now. Can he lead his team down to a drive to make it a 1-score game? Horner is going to throw short. Has Jeremiah Love, and Love, 13 yards. From the 40 now, sweep it to Love, who's tackled in the backfield. Loss of 4, they got to throw, and sacked. And the first sack of the game, they've been handling the D-line well, but Byron Murphy has got him down 3rd and 20. And with time, but it runs out and sacked again, 4th and 27, and you're going to go for it. From your own 23, Horner lets it fly, picked off. And, well, you can only do so much against the Seahawks defense, and time running out. And will it be a playoff loss in the 2nd round? I mean, obviously, you're still happy with the results of the season, but can you hold them here to a field goal? That'd be pretty big. 3rd down at 6, Darnold. And pressured, throwing over the head. And they'll have to settle for 3. Kick is blocked! It's a blocked field goal! Not done yet. Blocked field goal. It's not just the points that you stop, but it's the field position you've acquired. You got the ball at midfield, down by 11 with 4.5 to go. Love is just not getting it going in the ground game. Maybe it's a lost cause, as they'll have to throw over the middle. There's Trey McBride to the 30. As Jeremiah Love, I don't even think he has 10 rushing yards this game. And the throw outside for a short completion. It's going to be just 4. 2nd down and 6. Horner from the 26. In the flats again. McBride, he had a foot out of bounds, so he doesn't get the catch. 3rd down and 6. And throwing up the same, Michael Wilson to the 1. And whenever you need a big play, it's been Michael Wilson. Throwing from the 1. In the flats. Touchdown, Jeremiah Love. And it's a 1-score game. If you pull off an 18-point comeback against this defense, it'd be legendary, as a 2-point conversion is no good. 3 minutes to play. It's going to be still a full touchdown game. The 2-point conversion would have made it a field goal, but that's not to be. Can you give yourself a chance? Running through the defense at 3rd and inches. To give yourself a chance, the head, slow down, finished off, and the Cardinals are going to get 1 try at it. Can you actually pull this off? 2:20 to play. Horner, no timeout, scrambling. 1st down, slides at the 34. 2-minute warning has hit as Horner steps up and runs again. Horner's got another first. It's past midfield. held at the 49, and in the flats, Love out of bounds for 3. That's good though to stop the clock. 2nd and 7, and dropping, throwing, in the flats again for Love, just 2, didn't get out of bounds this time. 3rd and 5, he can do a little by little though, he's throwing it deep, he wants it all! Oh, it's underthrown and incomplete. 4th and 5 for the game. Horner, it's incomplete. Wanted Trey McBride, but it's no good. And Horner, despite his best efforts, despite Jeremiah Love running for negative yards, not enough, as Horner will make a Pro Bowl, but 4,700 yards, 5 rushing touchdowns, so a total of over 5,000 yards. And a great season. The Seahawks win the Super Bowl, so you lost to the eventual champs. And Montel Horner very quickly has found himself as a 96 overall. And there's the team. You get Javonte Williams to add to your backfield as well. Josh Connerly at right tackle. All right, so some minor improvements to the offense, but still a really strong offense. And then the defense, well, you got Antonio Johnson at safety, which helps a lot. Kayvon Thibodeau as well. So I think that's a substantial, like, you know, needle-moving addition to get a couple of competent players, and you finish one game better, but you don't win the division. 12-5. Seahawks won the division, though, at 15-2. So instead of being at home, you're on the road in year 3 for a playoff game against the Green Bay Packers. And, well, here's the situation. First play of the 4th quarter is a touchdown inside the 5 from Jeremiah Love to make it a 24-17 game. So Jordan Love up by 7, handoff, and then the first down for 16. As Love will go play action this time and gets rid of it outside. Got Matthew Golden, and Golden to the 30. Love, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. It's another clean passing game from a quarterback on the opposition. And even with the few adjustments and additions on defense, it still hasn't helped them out. Darnold torched them last year. Love this year. Love scrambling and sacked. Van Ness, the former Packer, got in for a loss of 1. And now Love, end zone shot. Nice deflection. Coverage was good, but you're already at a goal to go. 3rd and goal, and caught short. 4th and goal to 2. They're actually going to go for it. I was going to say maybe you could just get them to stop him for a field goal, but no. Touchdown Packers. It was a risky call that you didn't need to make. You could have taken a 2-score lead, but they get the touchdown to make it 31-17. And another game in which a defense for this Montel Horner team has allowed 30 plus, and you're going to hope that's not a theme here, though Horner, his stat line, not good today, as he finds McBride, and McBride to the 41 at Green Bay. No touchdowns for Horner. Love on the handoff, though, and Love is having a much better playoff game than he did in the Seahawks one as a throw outside. There's Marvin Harrison, who's become a full-blown star receiver. 1,000 yards ever since Horner got here. 3 straight seasons of that production. So, hey, he's gotten to live up to his status here. And Jeremiah Love as well has been a 1,000-yard rusher each season. So 2nd down and 1. And Horner to the air from the 20. He'll scramble and slides at the 15. Needing to find the end zone with under 6 to go. Horner free rusher, incomplete. At least he got the ball off. 2nd down and 10. And Horner is going to move, gets sacked. 3rd and 16. And from the 21, Horner, and it's incomplete. 4th and 16, and he got to go for it. And Horner, last opportunity, baby, end zone. Incomplete, wanted Michael Wilson. Broken up, and now the Packers just zooming through for 17, and this game, it could be a one and done this season for the Cardinals, or maybe not. Interception. That is a brutal decision by Jordan Love, and now Horner lets it fly. Double coverage, Marv, incomplete. And he wanted to get it all in one play. 2nd and 10 for Horner, and he's gonna go deep again. It's 1-1 this time, and it's incomplete again. Marv, he wants to get him that ball. 3rd and 10 though, and that's gonna be caught for Marv this time, and it'll be a 1st down. Love for 3. I don't know how much he could really be running this ball though, and he'll step up and he'll scramble, but he'll only get a yard. 3rd and 6 with 3.5 to play. And Horner, flats, caught, not quite the first, it's 4th and 1 in the game on the line for sure here. Horner will throw, corner, and it's incomplete. And that might be it. 3 minutes to go. Matthew Golden for a first down, but I mean, at this point, you're burning timeouts, and it's in that scenario where, yeah, you're going to need like an onside kick. Even if everything goes right, it's still a long shot. Love, though, at least will help him out with an incomplete pass. 3rd down and 12. Packers maybe not doing the best that they could to run out this time, but it will be a completion, will be the final timeout, and they will have 2.5 to go. And Arizona now will need a touchdown drive and an onside kick. Just too many times you stalled out at the end. Also, that 4th down at the goal line was your chance to really change things. I mean, it could still be a 1-score game right now if you stopped them. But it just too much went wrong. Not only that, Horner got banged up on that play. It's Carson Beck in. Why, Carson Beck is in. He's getting sacked. And that is not what anybody ever wants to see. Carson Beck in the game, and he'll throw. It's incomplete, and it's 3rd and 17. I mean, if you thought that there was a chance, I think it might be over now. It's got short. 4th and 12. Now the game will definitively be over here, and Beck, it's incomplete. That'll do it. Horner, not a great game, but it's just unfortunate. A lot of conversions didn't go their way, and you're not going to, I guess, shine in every playoff scenario. But hey, you got a little bit better. The completion percentage has gone up a couple of percents every year. 30 touchdowns through the air, 3 on the ground. And the rushing production, it's effective, but not maybe as much as it could be. Rams win the Super Bowl over the Bengals in a rematch. Joe Burrow won MVP just to lose in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. And Montel Horner is a 98 overall. And the thing with Montel Horner now, he's in his 4th season, meaning contract negotiations are going to be able to kick off for him. We'll see if they get anything done. They have a better center than that 66 overall. Their center's just injured right now, so everything else is fine. They added Michael Williams. That's another, like, noticeable addition. That's a nice player. Him and Kevon Thibodeau is a fine edge duo. And the Cardinals do make the playoffs 11-6, so 1 game worse than last year. They'll be on the road to take on the Detroit Lions. And in this game, well, you know what happens when I start showing you the Super Sim. It's because some nonsense and some wild stuff always be happening. And, well, 24-0, 31-0, 34-0 at half. What is going on? This is one of the biggest playoff beatdowns in NFL history. 41-3, 48-3. It's in the 4th quarter. Obviously, we're not hopping into this game. We do not need to do that. 55, 58? Dude, what? Horner throws it 31 times, but 342 yards. If you want to know why that all happened, the quarterback for the Lions was Spencer Rattler, who threw like 4 interceptions, so he wasn't doing too good. All right, well, that's a playoff win, and you'll be taking on the Eagles on the road here now in a 21-20 game, and maybe your chance to make it further than you have before. And I guess a little update, Montel Horner still hasn't gotten a contract extension. He got the 5th-year option picked up on him. We'll see if he wants to maybe throw his status around and say, hey, man, look what it could be without me, and look what I did to change your franchise, especially if he can get them to a conference championship or even a Super Bowl this season. I mean, my goodness, you're going to have to give him a blank check or something here, as Troy Franklin with the grab will make it short, 4th and 1, and they'll punt, and look at this disgusting punt. Ew. And then the return is also pretty decent, all things considered. That was like a net of like 20 yards. Also, you want to talk about ew? What the heck is Jaden Daniels doing in Philly? What the heck happened here? I don't even know. Jaden Daniels is the quarterback for Philly. He's rocking the Donovan McNabb number over here, so that just looks weird all around. But okay, hey, imagine if the Eagles had Jaden Daniels. That'd be sick for them. Not for me, though. I don't think I ever want to see that. As Daniels throwing, it's caught, and will be 3rd down at 5, and Daniels inside, caught again, now short. It'll be 4th and 2. Daniels to go for it, and throwing low, and it's caught for the 1st down. and that'll keep the drive moving. The Eagles could have taken a field goal. They didn't want to. They lose 4 on first down. Now Daniels, second down at 14, will find his man and give him 11, 3rd and 3 in the red zone to keep things moving. Daniels, keeper, first down, breaks a tackle of the 8. And Daniels running well, keeping him on the ground. Direct snap, no gain. He still got 62 yards on the ground, though, as the handoff. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Can you hold him out of the end zone? Daniels with time for a moment, but it runs out pretty quickly. And a nice pass rush will force the field goal. Good, of 24-20. And Horner, can you get something moving on this offensive possession? Because your run game, you've seen that at the bottom. It said only 40 rushing yards as a team for the Cardinals. And the run game just loves disappearing a lot of the times in playoff games. Obviously, Jeremiah Love with that negative 2-yarder. I mean, last game against the Lions was pretty good, but this is just terrible again. They 4th down punt, and look at this. This is terrible. And not only that, it's a kick, catch, interfere. That is like a net of like 15 yards on that punt. Maybe 20, but like still, it's just, you're not doing anything to help yourselves out. The wind in Philly is destroying you. You've done a horrible job in the special teams department, and it's 3rd down and 6 from midfield. And Daniels immediately got Devontae Smith going down for a 42-yard gain to the 8. And Daniels quick to Devontae. They want Devontae in the end zone. Make a 2nd and goal from the 2. Now they go handoff where he loses 4. But in motion, quick to Devontae Smith. And diving in. Touchdown. And the Eagles are up by 11. And my goodness, I just, the special teams was awful. Swatted at the line. 4th and 4, and this could be your game right here. Horner keeps it moving, running for 21, but I mean, you're down to 1 timeout, and the 2-minute warning just hit. Marr for a first, and at the 40-yard line, Horner still gonna throw, and Marr for another 8, but like, I'm already like frustrated with how that game, I mean, how this would turn out, especially with how you did against the Lions. 3rd down and 2. You could take a field goal here if you need to. They will get a completion, but the Eagles are going to just keep giving them that stuff. Troy Franklin for the first down. 1:15 to go. Horner is got Marv again. That's like his 3rd or 4th catch of the drive, but 60 seconds to go. And Horner for a 1-score game. Enzo touchdown. That's the number 2 tight end, Cade Otton, as they'll throw on the 2-point try. It's caught, and now the onside kick is picked up. That'll be game. Unfortunate, you lose 31-28. Horner, 75 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. Not a bad game from Horner. I just feel like kind of got let down in a lot of other areas. And that will push him to another Pro Bowl, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks, and 4,400 yards. The 25th passing defense. Everything else was pretty high ranked, but all right, here we go. This is where things get crazy. Giants win the Super Bowl. We go into the next season. Well, Carson Beck is the starting quarterback. Why is Carson Beck the starting quarterback, you might ask? Well, Montel Horner is holding out until he gets a new contract. And the Cardinals have him on the 5th-year option, paying him $71 million, but they haven't given him a long-term deal. And they aren't giving him a long-term deal. And the Cardinals, we go to the midseason point, 1-5. I was checking every week, are they going to get a deal done? No, they're not getting a deal done. They aren't paying Montel Horner. They're not giving him a contract. He's still holding out. And Montel Horner, he hasn't played. He's going to sit out the whole season because he's not getting a contract from the Cardinals. Are you serious? Like, that is insane. He sat out the whole season. The Cardinals went 3-14. Immediately fell off a cliff with Carson Beck at quarterback. And what have you done, Cardinals? What have you done? You had a franchise generational quarterback, and you didn't pay him. You just let him sit there. And he's holding out. He's still holding out. He didn't play the entire season. He sat out his age 26 season. And Carson Beck, I mean, just wasn't good enough, obviously. the Giants win the Super Bowl, and you might be thinking franchise tag or something else happening or whatever. No. He's hitting free agency. He's in the open market, and the Cardinals have burned their bridge with their quarterback, who is now signing an 8-year, $645 million contract to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the only contract that's comparable is Joe Burrow's. I wanted to show you that for just reference sakes. Look at this contract. Oh my God. Seriously, what just happened? This is the team. Mekhi Lemon and Kayshon Boutte are the receivers. Joe Alt and, Zach Frazier and these other guys that the Steelers have drafted on the offensive line. But Joe Alt added to that with Frazier and Iheanacho and Dunker. I mean, it's a really nice offensive line. On defense, Diamador, Lenore, Kool-Aid, McKinstry, Herbig, and R. Mason Thomas being a 94 overall on your team with 2 superstar linebackers. And the Steelers, I guess, were just missing a quarterback and just threw out everything to get him. And the Steelers go 13-4. What in the world is going on? Montel Horner wins MVP. What is going on? Like, look what just changed in the last couple of minutes. This dude just went from being the Cardinal savior to being the most hated man in Arizona football, Arizona sports maybe, like, ever. And then just sentencing them to just nothingness, leaving, signing one of the biggest contracts ever, and then winning MVP. He's betting on himself to become everything that he thinks he can be. Maybe he's blaming the Cardinals for some shortcomings in his career up until this point, where it's not been a bad career, but he just hasn't made the conference championship, hasn't won MVP. Well, he's already won 13 games here, which is more than his best season in Arizona. He's won an MVP, which is more than what he had done in Arizona. And if he could make it to a Super Bowl it's the Pittsburgh Steelers' next Super Bowl era could be because of Montel Horner. This is insane. Like, this is genuinely insane. What an insane bet on yourself type of move to sit out like a prime year. This ain't like a 34-year-old missing a season. He missed his season at 26 years old, not due to injury, because he chose to sit out because he wanted his money. And man, I gotta just respect it. And if he goes out here and, like, runs through, not only wins MVP, but wins, like, a ring, I mean, imagine the Cardinals fans just wanting to end themselves. That is crazy. And, like, a lot of it is on the Cardinals organization. Like, you didn't pay the dude. Touchdown pass to Kayshon Boutte. I'm talking through this because right now the Steelers are running through the Raiders a little bit. 2-point conversion. And it's gonna be no good, but Horner is playing well right now. 28-13 on Fernando Mendoza with 8 minutes to play and an interception, and that'll be Steeler ball back. But now he's got a better team than he's ever had in Arizona, I think. Mekhi Lemon to the 7, and Lemon already benefiting, becoming like a 1,500-yard receiver, and a Mekhi Lemon touchdown. 3-score game, and the Steelers. I mean, also, what a way to climb out of, like, the depths for the Steelers, who couldn't do anything post, like, their Big Ben era, even late-stage Big Ben, have not been able to find a quarterback, have not been able to do anything. Kenny Pickett didn't work out. None of the other little experiments worked out. We presume Aaron Rodgers isn't going to work out. No more Mike Tomlin. What a way to just find that next era and just say, you know what? We're going to pay somebody. We're going to open the checkbook. And there's a touchdown scramble for Montel Horner to seal this game. A dominant playoff victory. And that'll be a Steelers win to move on. 5 touchdowns and just about 400 all-purpose yards for Montel Horner. Oh boy, what have we awoken here? As we'll head to the divisional round. Some snow is falling here. Well, actually more than just some. There's no Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City these days. I mean, I don't know what's going on. But this is Ty Simpson in KC. What has happened? What is going on? Jaden Daniels in Philly, Ty Simpson became a star quarterback, but then he got hurt. He just got hurt, and now the backup is it. But Ty Simpson became a good quarterback and went to KC. I don't know if Mahomes just retired or what's going on, but now the backup is it. It's 21-14. The snow falling hard here, and the Chiefs down by 7 and getting about 10 on the completion, 34-yard line. They'll go handoff, first down, and more, and he's gonna go all the way to the 4, 30-yard run, and now to tie things up. Bubble screen, got it, and touchdown. Chiefs have tied this game up, as there's still so much pressure on Horner, though, because imagine you do exactly what you did in Arizona. You go out, and the furthest you get to is the divisional round. Imagine you don't top what you did. Obviously, you have more than just 1 year to do it, but there's a lot of expectations and a lot of eyes on this season in particular. Horner picked off deep down the middle, and he'll take it back to the 40. And imagine you lose on home turf to now what is a backup quarterback, no Ty Simpson playing. The backup's going to finish out this game, so imagine you lose to him. But a sack, or Mason Thomas just decked him. And it'll be 3rd and 18. He'll drop back and throw where Thomas gets pressure. They'll throw for a receiver who can't hang on. And now Horner takes back over inside his own 10. A nice punt from the Chiefs. And can you go pretty long way as the snow is clearing up a little bit here. It's still coming down, but it's a little bit easier to see. 3rd down and 10. And it'll be just short, though. And the Chiefs take back over where they get it in great field position. 2nd down and 5 from the 46-yard line. And the handoff for the first down. And the Chiefs now in position to maybe take the lead here, as they'll go run again, but tackled in the backfield. They're right on that line of field goal range, especially given the snow probably is going to subtract a couple of yards off their max range. 3rd and 12. I would think they have to get like 5 here to feel comfortable about it. And then instead they lose a no field goal for you, as they'll take back over the Steelers. Handoff will get 9. 2nd and 1. Horner throwing, quick slant, got Booty, and it's going to be another gain of 18. And Kayshon Boutte getting a real opportunity to shine. I like that, him being a number 2 receiver. Mekhi Lemon, their number 1, with a 6-yard grab. Hand off to the back, gets a first, and inside the Chiefs' 40-yard line. Now it's their turn to be in that fringe field goal range, and now well within it, as it's a 29. 2-minute warning, and it could be a game-winning drive for Horner, who's throwing, and it's caught! Kayshon Boutte, 300 yards for Horner at the 12, and Horner throws on the run, and zone! Incomplete. 2nd down now, as you don't need to play too aggressive. There's a screen. You can play it pretty safe here. Chiefs got to burn timeouts or let the time roll out. 3rd and 10, and the run will get them 3, and they can settle for their field goal. Kick is good with 1:20 to go. And the Chiefs now, can they send this one maybe to overtime? And that's a good start if they're going to do that. 14 yards, 60 seconds to play. As Thomas got in and others, they get it out short. They'll at least salvage 2 on the play. 48 seconds to go. Chiefs down to 1 timeout. And that ball caught. He hung on. There is the final timeout at the 45. Just need a little bit more to get into range. As they'll get 2. Still need more. 30 seconds to go. And throwing drag route tight end. He's got 4th and inches, but they're at the 36. They'll kick it from 53 for overtime. We are headed to extras. And my goodness, a backup quarterback for the Chiefs has really kept pace here. And the snow has impacted both teams. A drop on the Chiefs side that was pretty bad. Some poor throws from Horner, but still 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Horner gets the ball first. Interceptions are obviously an issue, but other than that, it's been pretty good despite the circumstances of the weather, as they'll get rid of that ball way out of bounds. 3rd down and 2. Horner to keep the drive moving. And the pass is caught for the first down. And to the 39. Horner hit and incomplete. Got rid of it again at least. 2nd down and 10. As they'll go handoff. And that'll be just 2. The run game not giving you too much there. 3rd down and 8 for Horner. Who's going to fire one? Deep ball picked off! It's intercepted, and every Cardinals fan just simultaneously put their arms up and said, hey, get this bum out of here. We don't want to see him succeed. But a sack on the Steelers' end. Snow's coming back down harder in this overtime period. It's going to be 3rd and 12. The Chiefs are being pelted by snow right now as a throw is sacked. And give us good field position at the 43. Horner just got to set up next score wins. And Lemon has 8 yards. Can you survive a 4-interception game in the playoffs? Quick slant got it for the first. And out the 43. Just a bit closer. Horner got it. And Kayshawn for the first of the 27, and now just set up for the field goal try. He goes down for 7 in the red zone. They'll kick it here, and the kick is good. Horner stuffs the stat sheet with 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks, but they're going to the conference championship for the first time in Horner's career, and he did it in his first try in Pittsburgh, now taking on the Indianapolis Colts, as there is some lighter snow here on the ground. Really cold, though, is the main thing here. As Horner, it's 13-12, and the score is reflected it. It may not be as glaringly obvious how hard it could be to move the ball here, but I'd honestly say it's worse to be ice cold than just snow, because, dude, you know how hard a football is when it's like -degree temperature? That thing is a literal weapon that could hurt you if it's thrown hard at you. And it's going to be a completion knocked out of his hands. Expect a lot of that. And the field goal try. Kicking not easy, but kicking through the uprights for the field goal, 16-12. It's been all field goals for the Colts and mostly field goals for the Steelers. R. Mason Thomas with the sack, and the Colts now 2nd and 18. Hit again. R. Mason Thomas is just dominating in these playoffs. As they'll throw again. Herbig got it. Got that away, but what a hit. Incomplete. Colts have to punt, and the Steelers take over with a completion. And those tight catches are going to be so much more difficult, but hey, the Steelers making 2 in a row now. At the 32, maybe another field goal range situation here, and can they finally get another touchdown, though? And you have to imagine, for a Colts team that hasn't been able to find the end zone all day, up by 2 scores would have to be a death sentence for them. 3rd down and 2, though, from the 10. And under center, they go hand, they go, jumping into the defense, but he's a yard shy, and I can't fault them for just taking the field goal to make it a full touchdown game. And the Colts have to do what they haven't been able to do all game. And seriously, this is just, like, ridiculous that he could make the Super Bowl in his first year in Pittsburgh after what he did to the Cardinals. I don't even know, like the thing is there's like both sides of it where like it's valid that he wanted to hold out for his money, but it's also crazy that he sat out a whole season and tanked the organization. And that's just crazy, man. Even there's a lot of times where players will hold in. There's a lot of times where they'll, be disgruntled, but they'll still play. But to straight up sit out a whole season, it's very rare that you see that. 2nd down and 13, knocked away. 3rd down and 13. And the throw is short of the line. He'll get 6, and they'll punt it away. So they're going to be hoping that the defense can get the job done. But with just 2:40 to go, a couple of first downs can end it. Quick throw to Lemon. He loses 2. 3rd down and 6, Horner. Can he get the first, though? He'll scramble. Hey, he's not going to get it. And this will be the last chance for the Colts. Last opportunity. And if it's not going to be, we'll see. Montel Horner hoisting a AFC championship in the Steeler jersey, and it'll just make Cardinals fans want to throw up. 3rd down and inches. It's caught, and Tyler Warren to the 45. 60 seconds to play, just past that as a sack. It's Nick Herbig. 2nd and 18 from the 47. He's hit again, almost goes down again. 3rd and 18. So close to the finish for the Steelers. He'll scramble. He'll get a decent chunk, but still 4th and 10. Game on the line, and the Steelers pick. It's gonna be out of bounds anyway. It doesn't matter. They're going to a Super Bowl. And Horner, in his first year, takes the Steelers the distance to the Super Bowl, but now, can he win the Super Bowl and give Pittsburgh, a historic franchise, another ring? Their first ring in a pretty long time. Can he do it? In order to do so, you got to take down a team that has been to the Super Bowl and had some success in recent years, Jackson Dart and the New York Giants. And, well, let's see if he can complete this story in unbelievable fashion. I mean, it would be the ultimate, like, just I win story to be like, yeah, I sat out. Yeah, I got $650 million. Yeah, I won MVP. Yeah, I won the Super Bowl. And what are you going to do about it? The ultimate I'm right. And everything else doesn't matter. And the Cardinals fans can cry about it, I guess. It's 28-24. And Horner inside for just 1 yard. Horner's had one heck of a day. He's at 380 yards and 3 touchdowns, having an incredible game where he's now over 400 in the Super Bowl. And now Horner on the 30. He steps up. He'll get it out short where it's knocked down at the line, but Horner already making his case for Super Bowl MVP if he's going to win it, as Mekhi Lemon gets 7. And now 3rd and 3 for Horner, as they get a free rusher in, gets it out, gets it completed, and to the 8-yard line for a 2-score lead. Handoff. It's going to be for 2. Their game on the ground has not been good. 8 carries, 19 yards, and that's not going to help the average really much either. 3rd down and goal, though. They send pressure. Horner to the end zone. Touchdown. And Montel Horner's putting up a Super Bowl masterpiece right now, 35-24. Jackson Dart needs to do something about it, because you're watching this dude play some perfect quarterback, and Jackson Dart's not even playing a bad game. 280 and 2 touchdowns and a pick. It's not a bad game. But when you're going up against, I guess what is going to go down maybe as a legendary Super Bowl performance, I guess it's just not going to be enough. 35-24 though, still plenty of time left, as that's incomplete at midfield. Giants need at least 3 on this drive to cut it down to a 1-score game, as Dart outside broken up, 3rd down and 10. Definitely got to say it's 4-down territory, especially this close to scoring position. Dart is hit incomplete. They'll go for it, of course. And the throw on 4th down. Dart lets it fly. Picked off. You didn't need to take it, but you do, and you actually get 4 yards on it, netting that return, because you would have had the ball at midfield if you just swatted it down. So you got 4 extra yards, and they're not done yet. And Montel Horner's at 450 on the game. He is just dicing up this defense, a Super Bowl team. This is unreal. And now 5 minutes to go. Horner knocked away. 4th down and 10. They'll settle for 3. The Giants needed that. Didn't take a crazy amount of time on the drive, and he kept it a 2-score game. So if the Giants are going to have a chance in this, when it's now or never, they need to find the end zone now. You've lost your privileges of attempting a field goal as Dart. We'll let it fly. That's going to be broken up, and the Steelers' defense has been pretty decent as well. 2 interceptions and a lot of pass breakups, and that's a nice throw from Dart along the sidelines, 46-yard line, as Dart now to the air. And throw it on the run. It's caught for about 10. They call him 2nd and inches. And blitz in, get it out, open. Malik Neighbors breaks a tackle, breaks 2, and steps out of bounds. He could have had even more. 24 yards out, though, is Dart, and sacked, and it's a fumble. It's the Steelers' ball. And the Steelers, I think it might be all over, as Pittsburgh 3rd and 16. Horner up the sidelines, and it's Mekhi Lemon all the way to the 11. Give him 513 yards passing, and a toss, and a touchdown almost. But you're going to be able to run more clock out and punch it in. The Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl, as Jackson Dart, with 1 minute to play, will find the end zone. But with 1 minute, no timeouts, the Steelers just jump on an outside kick. And this is a story we couldn't even have written. 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, a big, I told you so to the Cardinals and said you should have paid me, and all I needed was a chance and a little bit of belief in my pockets to be a little bit more full. I was going to deliver the greatest victory of them all, the Super Bowl, and I don't think he cares if people think he's a villain or not. I don't care if people think he was justified or not. He got his ring, and he now gets to stand at the podium with one of the greatest Super Bowl performances of all time, an MVP season, a coast-to-coast elite year, 39 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, upped his completion percentage to a career high, and also added 4 rushing touchdowns. I mean, to go out there and have Super Bowl MVP, NFL MVP, and have all that success, my goodness, how do you follow that up? Well, you still got a pretty dang good team. It's still the same cast of characters, basically. And you go to the defense where, once again, still the same cast of characters for now, at least. When we showed you the contract, the first, 3 years are not awful, in terms of how much he's making. So, for the next, 3 years-ish, you got some good stuff. And Montel Horner just won his 2nd straight MVP, and now is going on to a first-round bye, 15 wins, and now we're sitting here in the divisional round against the Indianapolis Colts, where he's going to try to go back-to-back, not only with MVPs, but with Super Bowls as well. Something's got to stop this train that is just not being derailed at all, because if he goes and rolls to a back-to-back, I mean, then we're talking three-peats, we're talking dynasties, we're talking all this other stuff, but man, he's already up by 10 against the Colts. He's already potentially on his way to a 3-score lead if he can find the end zone. That pass caught at the 8. 3rd down and goal. Can he find the end zone? Horner outside. It's close. 4th and goal. They will settle for the field goal, and that will make it a 13-point game. But the Colts at 9-8. I mean, they're not really a team that had a whole lot of belief that they could win this game going in with the record difference here, and the fact that the Steelers already beat them last year. But the Colts gave them a bit of a fight last season. And, well, they got themselves a big play here, baby. They are going to try to pull off this upset at the 16-yard line. Can they make it? A 1-touchdown game, and zone incomplete. And from the 16, now at 8 to go, they send an extra man. They go short, though, and it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 11. Colts are stepping up and moving right. And zone, caught, touchdown. It's a 1-score game. And the Steelers' defense, not a good drive. 37-31 and Horner. He's already had a highly productive game. Throw it on the run, incomplete. And Horner, he's not the one injured on that play, thankfully, as they'll run 4 couple in the run game. 7 for 25, just not much. 3rd down and 6. Horner is going to let one fly. Horner, does he got it? No, incomplete for Mekhi Lemon. And now the Colts take over, down by 6 with a chance to take the lead here. And how disappointing would it be to come up short in the division around 1 and done after a 15-win season in your championship defense? As straight through the middle. Oh boy, they're at the 38. They are well within range to score. And a tackle for a loss, though. 2nd and 13 from the 41. Outside to Warren. He'll get him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Long distance field goal range. And he's hit. He got that off just barely. They'll take a field goal from about 55. Kick is good. 3-point game. And Horner, can you finish the deal here? Your defense isn't helping you out, despite you got 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not out of the woods yet. 1st down carry to the 38. And here's a chance now with just over 3 to play to see if you can run out the rest of this clock. Throw on the run off the play action. And a good ball. As now the timeouts are going to start being burned. And this Steeler run game, there's something. 8 yards. Handoff, no throw, got it for the first, inside the 21, more 1st down, should be just enough. There's Lemon, shy, and 1 first will end it. Counter run, no, 3rd and 4. A pump, hand on the draw, he's not gonna get it, and decision time, 4th and 1, they're going to kick. So they will get the Colts one chance to have just about a minute and no timeouts, and that's a great grab from the 37 now. And can the Colts pull off something miraculous? A sack, 3rd and 19 after a huge loss. He's pressured again, almost sacked. He got it off 4th and 19. He's going to just step up and let it go. Caught at the 48. Now just 26 seconds to go after the spike. As he'll move, gets sacked, fumble the ball, but the lineman picks it up, and here's your issue. You're running out of time. 3rd and 17, and I think they're set up to spike the ball again, and they will. 10 seconds to go, 4th and 17, with the game on the line. He'll have to throw it up, and it's caught. 1st down, but the issue is you're out of time, and that'll be game. The Steelers survive. It took 400 yards and 4 touchdowns from Horner and 40 points to get it done. But the Steelers will go to the conference championship to meet, well, Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur in this universe has become a good quarterback, a really good quarterback, an MVP level quarterback. Maybe you'll just sit there straight up and say, oh, that's too unreal. That's crossing the line for me. Well, we work with what we got here. 32-28, and Sanders is throwing short, and he'll have about 7. He's got a good game going. 3 touchdowns, no picks, and an incompletion, though. 4th and 5. They could settle for a field goal, but they go for it, and they get it. Bold. I know it is a 4-point game, but yet 10 minutes on the clock. He could have settled for the 3. And now 3rd down and inches. Well, here's another opportunity for a conversion. Oh, no, he had it slant route sitting on it and picked off. And Shedeur turns it over, and now Montel Horner got his man. Kayshon Boutte for the 1st down. Horner's got another 4-touchdown game going right now. Another 300-plus yards. I mean, these playoff stat lines that he's putting up are just insane. As a play action, Horner turns and throws short, incomplete. 3rd down and 7, though. Gotten it down to just under 8 minutes to go on the clock. Sanders swings it out, and he's going to be racing for the 1st down, but what a hit. He doesn't get it. And that is just a brutal shot as now Sanders goes to Harold Fannin. And 8 yards to set up 3rd down and 2 on the other end. Will be a 3 and out for Shedeur. So go throw over the middle, and there's another Harold Fannin grab for the 1st. Now they're going to go ground game, finds a hole, gets a 1st down again, and a gain of 16 as they're closing in on midfield. Sanders underneath, and that's incomplete. Another short one as now 2nd and 10. And now Sanders taking a shot outside. It's incomplete. 3rd down. It's Sanders. They send the pressure. He gets it out. He's got the 1st down into Steeler territory. 5 minutes to play. And Sanders got his man on the dig. 18 or 19 is what they give him, I believe. And now another run where he'll get 2. Not as big as that last run that they had earlier in the drive. 3rd down and 8 for Sanders. Moving, throwing. It's just straight up dropped. And now they're going to settle for the field goal. I have to imagine if he caught that ball, got maybe 5 to 6 yards, they would have went for it. But instead, 32-31. The Browns have dominated time of possession in this quarter, but, well, it's still a 1-point Steeler lead with 3:40 to go. And now you're really thinking back, if you would have kicked that field goal on the last drive, if you were the Browns, the one before their scoring drive, and the one that they threw the pick on, you would have just kicked the field goal at 4th down. You could have the lead right now. Instead, you got to rely on stopping Horner and the Steelers, who's got another 1st down. Timeout burn now is just 2 to go. And taking a shot deep. Incomplete. And Horner, can you get just another 1st down or 2 to do this? He's got a completion. He's close as 3rd and inches. Worst case scenario for the Browns because he's got the 1st. And now they're out of timeouts. 1 more for the finish. Counter run. 2-minute warning, 2nd and 5. Horner to the air to send his team to the Super Bowl. He does. Kayshon Boutte, 150 yards on 12 grabs. And Montel Horner, another 4-touchdown game. He had just about 400 all-purpose yards with his, couple rush attempts. And back to a 2nd Super Bowl appearance. And my goodness, ever since he has stepped foot in Pittsburgh, everything has changed. But can he get it done again? He's got the Saints as his opponent this time around. We are in a rainy Super Bowl. Horner is down right now, 31-17. And he's got an okay 200-yard, 2-touchdown game going, but he needs to get a little bit more offense, and there's a little bit of offense that we want to see. Caught Makai Lemon down inside the 5. They'll try to pound it in, 2nd and goal. I think you're going to have to do it with order, as he's going to he's going to get stopped. He lost a yard. 3rd and goal from the 3. Horner to the air. He's got Makai Lemon. Touchdown, Steelers. And Lemon now has given them a 7-point deficit. 10 minutes to go. Plenty of time to make something happen here. Your defense just needs to help you out, because Carr over there for the Saints has got 350-plus yards and adding to it, and also 3 touchdowns on the day. So it's not been a good day for the Steeler defense. He'll throw short. He's got a man spinning off a tackler, and just 4 on the play. As now handoff inside. Falling forward for another 1st down. And the Steeler defense, come on, help them out a little bit. Loss of 2. There's something. The run defense at least has been there. Pass defense not, though. 400-plus for Carr. And now inside the 10, goal to go. Hand up. Down for 4. 2nd and goal with 6.5 to play. They go handoff. He's met in the backfield for a loss of 1. 3rd down and goal. Carr looking for touchdown 4. It's close. Not quite. 4th and 1. They're going for it. Need to get off the field. Come on. End zone. Picked. It's picked off. This is an unbelievable play. That receiver was wide open for Ridgeway. You're going to see this. I mean, he just had some cat-like reflexes to be able to stick his hands up and just be sitting on that one. I mean, it looked like maybe he was spying, looking out for somebody else, but he just seen that ball come up to him, and he snapped his hands up to grasp it. And now the Steelers, I mean, they started their drive at the 1. They're going to need a 99-yard drive. Booty on the carry for nothing. They at least got out of their own shadow of the end zone. Toss play. Good blocking on the edge for a moment. They'll still only get 4, though. 3rd down and 6 for Horner. As Horner will scramble. He's got the 1st down. And how difficult those are going to be to get a 99-yard drive for the tie, as Lemon is getting a broken tackle. Lemon stays on his feet and out of bounds. Well, they're already at the 40. This is good progress made as Horner throwing over the middle. It's caught Makai Lemon. And it's just getting Lemon involved all over the place. And now another receiver for 8. They're at the Saints 29. What a drive it's been. But it's 3rd and 2 because the run game has not been helping them. They got to throw again. Horner, short, knocked away. And now the 4th down and 2. They've already gone 70 yards on the drive. And that's all they'll go. Incomplete. And they turn it over on downs. I mean, they went 70 yards just to not even come all that close to the end zone. It's hard to do a 99-yard drive, but can you get another chance at it? 3rd and 11. Carr drops back, and the defense is allowing a catch, but not a first, so they will get another try. But now they got to go a long ways again, and how about another 70-plus yard drive is what you'll need. And they'll throw middle, caught. 3rd down and 3 with 1.5 minutes to play. Horner to scramble, but he can't get free. 4th and 7. Game on the line. Caught. Got free. And a gain of like 30 yards almost. Is now in Saints territory. Booty for 4. 2nd down and 6. As Horner moves left, gets just leveled. And a sack. 3rd and 13. From the 48, Horner gets rid of it, just goes short, sets up for a 4th down that's a little bit more manageable with only 30 seconds to go. Horner with the game of the line, throw the run, it's incomplete, and the Saints are going to win it. And the Super Bowl is not coming to Pittsburgh for a 2nd straight season. Horner, over 300 yards, a 75 completion percentage, and 3 touchdowns in total. This was not enough, and that is going to put things to a screeching halt for the moment because, well, you thought the Steelers were just going to buzzsaw their way through everything during these prime years of their roster while Horner's not making an insane amount of money. Horner, though, still ends up with another MVP, 45 touchdowns, and a career year for him. But just 1 ring right now. We'll see if we can get back, as now once you hit year like 4, I think it is, because we're in year 3 of the contract. I think it was like year 3, year 4. That's when the contract really starts to kick in. You're gonna have to start sacrificing some stuff, and well, you lost Keyshawn Booty. That's something we've already had to sacrifice. That seems like the major loss for this team. You've also kind of drawn back on cornerbacks a little bit, but still, it's a really good team. You get to the playoffs here, and you are at a 10-7 record, so a big drop-off win-loss wise, but you are still a division-winning team taking on the Houston Texans now. And my goodness, I have to tell you, this game, I have no words for the stat line you're about to watch for Montel Horner when it eventually pops up when he has the ball here. The Texans are up 27-21, second down and 8. That ball incomplete, third down and 8. Trust me, this is an anomaly of a game that I can't even understand. I can't even put together. Well, they get the stop, they get the ball back. Horner has the ball now, and when his stat line pops up at the bottom, 2 touchdowns. He has 6 interceptions in this game. Excuse me, 2 touchdowns, almost 400 yards, but 6 picks. And Horner now, I think he's about to go over 400. He's close. And Horner, somehow with 6 interceptions, are only down by 6. And the run to the 11-yard line. Horner, can he take the lead here? He'll throw outside. Oh no, it's picked off. He's got 7 interceptions in a playoff game. What is going on? What? 7 picks in a playoff game? What is happening right now? And why can the Steelers still win this game? 3rd and 10 from the 8. And they'll set something up where they don't even come close, and the Steelers got the ball back. Hey, Texans, if you manage to lose a game where you intercept 7 passes, I need to understand what kind of pain, what kind of deeds did the Texans do in a past life to deserve such a fate? I mean, they're close at the 25. Don't throw an 8th interception. This running back just keeps going down. That's such a coward, man. Take a hit. Horner, 3rd down and 5. Underneath for the 1st. And they're close again at the 11. They might actually be able to find the end zone for the lead with just over 6. Horner is got his man at the 4 to find your way in for the lead. Screen, and Will Anderson stops it for a loss of so many yards, 7 yards on a screen. 3rd and 10. Horner moves. He's breaking off of a sack. He's getting hit, and Will Anderson finishes it off, and that'll be a field goal try, meaning the Texans hold on for a little bit longer with the lead. I mean, my goodness, Texans, do something. How have you, 7 picks and you've only, 27's not a bad score, but, my goodness, man, you've got so many opportunities. What are you doing? They're down at 13, and they're going to go 3 and out by losing 9 yards on the drive. And guess who's got good field position again? It's Montel Horner, incomplete. I'm scared that he's going to throw an 8th interception. I am also, you know what? It's impressive to have that much confidence. It's impressive to throw a 5th pick and still start slinging it. A 7th pick, however many picks. He could throw 10 picks. I think he's still going to start just slinging that ball down the field no matter what happens. That's incredible confidence. That's an old school quarterback mentality. As Horner, they're still letting him sling. And he's got another 1st down. How many pass attempts is he going to be at in this one? He's almost at 500 yards as well. From the 34, he'll sweep it. And a run to the 31. 2-minute warning, last play beforehand. As Horner in the air, he'll get it outside. It's gonna be caught! And touchdown! Moral of the story, don't stop throwing. Don't quit on it. You'll eventually be rewarded. 7 interceptions later, and you've got a lead with under 2 to go. And if the Texans they're really gonna blow this game, aren't they? As they go play action, he's sacked. And everybody in the Texans fan base has got to be just ready to cry, but it's not done yet. Oh, they got a 1st down with 60 seconds to play. Handoff through the middle. He's in Steeler territory right just past midfield now. Throwing, they still only have 1 timeout, 50 seconds. I don't know how much you can really run it here. Yeah, hurry back to the line. 3rd down and 3 after a spike as they'll go to the air. Step it up, finding an incomplete pass. He wanted it to the running back shore. Instead, it's 4th 4th and 3. He's still going to keep the game going, though, with the 33 final timeout burn. 33 seconds, and our Mason Thomas with the sack. 3rd and 19 after the spike, and in the flats, it's incomplete. 4th and 19, and despite 7 interceptions, it's going to be a victory. 470 yards, 57 pass attempts, 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. What in the world am I witnessing? They do not have any fear to just let Horner throw the ball a billion times. Also, why is Jaden Daniels on the Patriots now? Well, we're facing Jaden Daniels is just gone. Okay. He was on the Eagles earlier. We faced them. Well, now, hey, he's on the Patriots. I don't know what happened to Drake May, but he's somewhere else. Maybe he's on the bench. I don't know. But Jaden Daniels and the Patriots are down 31-28. So another game where at 31 on the board, it's relatively high scoring. 3rd and 7 caught. 1st down. And the 21. Daniels has had a clean, nice game. Not 7 interceptions. It's the completion inside the 10. They'll rule him down at the 10. It's basically goal to go. Henderson on the ground, and he'll slip through to the 4. Henderson just 26 yards on the game, but they're going to pound it away again. Henderson touchdown, and the Patriots have the lead. Going to require another high-scoring mark from Montel Horner, who I feel like majority of his playoff games have required him to score 30-plus points, which is really unfortunate, but he's done it more often than not, I feel like. So 3rd down and 2. Horner, quick pass outside. Mekhi Lemon, 1st down. And Horner's got over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. And how about no interceptions? So, hey, what a response in this one. As the completion lost a yard. But hey, you went from 7 interceptions to 0 this time. As Lemon breaks a tackle. And Lemon, not far though, just 3. 3rd down and 8 from the 44. And Horner steps up. Horner can run. He's not going to get it, though, and they'll rule it as a 0-yard sack even as the Patriots take over, and Daniels for 2 will set up with a quick 3rd down and 8, a chance to go 3 and out if the Steelers defense can make a play here, and they will. Back it goes to the Steelers as they go with a handoff, and their run game, getting the 1st down. That is number 85. I don't even know who that was. Was that a receiver, a tight end? I don't know, as that's a broken tackle, a couple of them even. That's 4 yards. Goes 2nd and 6 in Patriot territory. Horner steps up. He can run. He will. Slides a little too conservatively for my liking. 3rd down and 2. They go carry, and the back is close. 4th and 1. I like the decision to go for it. I know result is not a good one, though. And the Patriots can knock out the Steelers. But an interception. No. Daniels with a missed ball, and they pick it all the way to the 6-yard line. And that happened so fast. And now from the 5, handoff. Every running back getting a carry. Everybody in the backfield. As 3rd down and goal from the 4. Horner moves left. Chase then gets rid of it. You should go for it here. 4th and goal. Maybe your last chance to score a touchdown. And they do. Horner in his 5th touchdown pass of the game. And that interception changing everything as Daniels, that was his first one, and he immediately throws another. And he's just maybe thrown this game away. Daniels had been so good up until that point, and has just thrown 2 straight interceptions, and now the Patriots needing a stop. They don't get it here. Timeout burned. 1 more first will send them to the next round, and it's close. They'll have to actually make it another 1 second difference between the play clock, so that means that you will actually get the ball back. But the difference here is if they score a touchdown, it's going to be basically over. The Steelers will not get it here. 4th and goal. They're going to go for it, though. They want more. Horner. Touchdown. Mekhi Lemon for the dagger. And they went for the kill shot. They got it. Horner throws 7 interceptions last week and responds with 6 touchdowns and only 7 incompletions this week to send them to the AFC Championship. Well, that's one heck of a response. And now to go to a 3rd straight Super Bowl. You're up 20-13 on the Chargers and trying to find your way back as you're at least going to maybe three-peat as AFC champions, maybe get your 2nd ring. Pump, draw, runs right into a down defender, slows him down, but well, he got the 1st. So Horner, I mean, it's not been as crazy of a game passing wise, but he's got a completion. That's a good ball. He's got 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and just shy of 300 on the game, which for a Horner playoff game is pretty uneventful, even though it's a pretty decent game. As first and goal from the 9, Horner hands, the run game, gets him to the 4, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They go handoff again. He'll be at the 2 now. And 3rd and goal. Carry again. No, he doesn't get it. They are happy to settle for a field goal to go up by 2 scores, though. Played that awfully conservative. Just kept running it. And I guess, like I said, they were fine with that field goal try as Amari and Hampton gets a first down. This is not Justin Herbert. We'll see who this is. This is even a real dude. As it'll be 2nd down and 10 after an incomplete pass. Go play action. Now he's hit and incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Blitz in. Gets it out. Lets it fly 1-on-1. It's incomplete. And a quick set of incompletions to give the Steelers the ball back. Already up by 10. Can you stop this one from spiraling out of hand? As the Steelers at any point could start pouring it on points-wise. And the handoff will get them just 3rd down and 7. You need to stop if you're the Chargers. Horner lets it fly. Got a step. Got it. Hey, is gone. 77 yards for a 3-score lead. And the Chargers are now on their last legs and need a lot, really. Cole Brooks, the quarterback, he's got 2 picks already on the day. And now 3rd and inches. He's sacked, and now it's 4th and 10. You got to go for it. And basically your game here, it's going to be well short and complete. Steelers take over, and for good measure, let's give them the ball. Let's go to the Super Bowl. Steeler touchdown again. And the game is over. 37-13. Horner for 360 and 2 touchdowns. And back to the Super Bowl. The Steelers go for the 3rd straight year looking for a victory where they had lost last year. They won the year before. It won't be a rematch of any kind. They've already taken on the Giants. They've taken on the Saints last year. And this year, it'll be the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. And, well, he gets to do it on his own home turf, at least formally home turf, the turf that celebrated this dude, the Arizona Cardinals Stadium. That could be pretty ironic to hoist a trophy on this field. But, well, he's got to do it first. And right now, they're looking pretty dang good. 21-14 is your score. And the draw into the end zone, touchdown. Steelers are now up by 14 early in this 4th quarter. But the Falcons offense, hey, they're here for a reason. They're a 12-5 team. They got one of the best offenses in the league. They just haven't showcased it quite to the extent that you thought in this one so far. All the Steelers defense has to do is just not let anything crazy happen. As now from the 45, throwing, caught, and at the 28-yard line. I mean, as if the Cardinals fans haven't suffered enough in this video. Like, to imagine that he might get to hoist a trophy on their home field. And the throw to the end zone, not so fast. Touchdown, Falcons. I mean, look, there's still 10 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time. I wonder if there are any Cardinals fans who bought tickets to this Super Bowl just to hate watch Horner. I wonder. That could be interesting. 19 yards. Horner has not had a lot of yards today, but 2 touchdowns on the game, and he's added on to his total. So this is one of the lower yardage games that Horner's had in a playoff matchup. I mean, it feels like he goes over 300 or 400 like every single time. So the fact that he's just shy of 200 right now, and maybe the Falcons are not doing so bad on defense, other than the fact, well, the run game for once is actually doing well for the Steelers, averaging just under 8 a carry. 17-yard line, handoff, and through the lane. I don't like this running back. He just dives every time he's about to take a hit. He'll go to the edge. He'll get stopped. 4th and 2 and settle for a field goal, but the Steelers are doing their thing. They got a touchdown to start the 4th quarter, a field goal on this drive, and they maintain a 2-score lead, and the Falcons keep having to play catch-up, and they have not been able to have the ball back in their possession in a 1-score game with a chance to either tie or win the game, yet it's just been the Steelers just keep on keeping them at arm's length, but not having too dominant of a lead. as now their quarterback just hits 200 yards, 3 touchdowns for him in the air. So it's not been a high yardage game for either quarterback, but both quarterbacks playing pretty okay football. Midfield, 5.5 to go, play action. And the completion to the Falcons receiver, and give him 16. Now from the 34, as they're already in field goal range, they'll go low, got a completion, and running through a defender, 14 more. Time down to just over 4 to play. Handoff in the backfield. He goes down for a loss of 2. Second down and 12. Man in motion. They drop the throw from the 22. Got him in quickly into the end zone, and the Falcons won't go away. 31-28. A pretty familiar point. I feel like a number of games have been 31-28 specifically. And, well, how about a face mask here to help the Steelers out? All the Steelers got to do is, run a couple of first downs. If they score a touchdown, it's likely over. Field goal would at least help them. They're already in Falcon territory. 3 minutes to go. Oh, no. Picked off. Horner picked. And, oh, no, the Falcons have life with 3 minutes to go. All their timeouts at the 45. And Horner might have made his biggest mistake. And now the Falcons, what do they have here on this offensive drive? They've been good in the fourth quarter. Can they be great and win this game on a comeback from down 2 scores 2 separate times? 1.5 minutes to go from the 36. He'll go outside. Short to the tight end. Makes a move. Got the first down to the 24. And things are getting real scary now as the Falcons are throwing for the end zone. It's caught. No, knocked out of his hands in the last second. Almost. Just over 60 seconds to play to draw. He stays on his feet. He only gets 2, though. And now we're going to be under a minute. 3rd and 8. He'll get one outside. Caught. Touchdown. Falcons for the lead. And the defense of the Steelers has just allowed 21 points in the fourth quarter. And Horner has just a minute to go to pull this one off. And I don't know if he's got enough time in him, but he's got the completion there to the 41. You need a touchdown. You still need another 59 yards with 45 seconds to play. Horner has got a completion, not a first. They'll have to burn one, though. He'll take 7. 49-yard line. Horner, it's a leaping grab attempt, but incomplete, a little behind him. 3rd down and 3. Horner steps up, throws it on the run. Caught! What a grab at the 38. 30 seconds to go, and Horner! It's almost picked, but he took his shot. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Horner to the flats. He's got his man out of bounds. That's good to get 8 yards and get out of bounds. 30-yard line. 20 seconds to go, and Horner, he can move. He can run. They're going to burn their final timeout probably, but he gets a lot out of it. 16 yards. He made it worthwhile. 14 seconds. 14-yard line. Horner incomplete. Good thing that wasn't caught. That would have probably ended the game, as now with 10 seconds to go, he's going to take a shot outside. It's incomplete. He's going to need one shot to the end zone here. Gotta put it up, but it's the shed, and it's the sack to put it to bed. Game over. He didn't even get to put it up into the end zone. The Falcons win. It wasn't Warner's best, but you let your team... The defense, man, 21 points allowed in the fourth quarter when you were up by 2 scores. And it's not like the offense did nothing. They put up a touchdown to start the quarter, a field goal later on. The interception wasn't ideal, but, this is brutal. I mean, Horner, another good season for him, but now 3 Super Bowl appearances and, well, just 1 Super Bowl win. And he threw a lot of interceptions in the playoffs cumulatively, but we'll see what he's got here. This is where the salary really starts to kick in, and you're going to start to see maybe this team have to make some sacrifices. They've already lost one of their safeties. They've already had to say goodbye to some players. Well, the Steelers, though, still have a very strong team. 14 wins and the number 1 seed, and Montel Horner has won MVP for the 3rd time. And, well... things are going to get a lot more serious here because you've already steamrolled your way through the AFC in the regular season. Well, how about in the divisional round to Tennessee? A dominant game, 42-49, about 56 points on the board, a 5-touchdown game for Montel Horner, but that is not all, because you've immediately found yourself in the conference championship very quickly where, well, it's 41-17. Horner throws another 5 touchdowns, and just like that, we could snap our fingers and say with 2 dominant games, Montel Horner has found himself back in the Super Bowl. I mean, I would have loved to hop in the games. They were just blowouts, man. Like, nothing happened in them. And, well, we're back in the Super Bowl. Once again, it's a unique opponent. It's the Steelers versus the Cowboys. How about a historic little matchup? So, hey, he's got a chance, though, to win his 2nd ring. And he's looking like he's on some sort of mission statement season here, to say, like, hey, I'm not, like, you know, gonna just go down as somebody who can make the big game, but I won it once and I'm not gonna win it again. I've gone out here, I've completely erased the interceptions in the playoffs, and I am coming out here swinging 37-17 on the Cowboys right now. It is a full-blown Steeler domination in all 3 playoff games that they have played, and that's almost a pick. And right now, though, the Cowboys have a very faint chance in this one, down 20, but with the ball at the 36, can they make it? Just chop away at this lead as they get sacked, almost gets rid of it, 4th down, and they're not settling for 3. 3 doesn't really do them much. It still would be a 3-score game. He'll let it fly to the end zone, and it is incomplete, and Horner takes back over. And, well, you don't really got to do much when you're up by 20 with 9 minutes to play. Just don't make any silly mistakes. They go quick 3 and out, and the Cowboys take back over. So Dallas at the 40-yard line. I got to imagine you get maybe 3 possessions the rest of this game, 3 real ones, and you need 3 touchdowns. So I would have to imagine you maybe don't have another chance if you don't score one here. As with 7:20 to go, play action. He's going to go to the end zone, picked off at the 2. And that could be it, as the Steelers, unmatched this season, a truly dominant year. And for Montel Horner, he is now in 4 years in Pittsburgh. He has won 3 MVPs. He's made 4 Super Bowls in 4 years. And unless something crazy happens in the final 5 minutes of this one, it's looking like it's going to be 2 Super Bowl rings in 4 years in Pittsburgh, as that's a tackle for loss. But by that point, they had ran out, 2.5 to 3 minutes a clock. And with 4.5 to go, the Steelers punted it away. But, man, the Cowboys, you just need a big play. You need something crazy to happen. I'm not really sure that it's going to happen, though. The Steelers will give them all of that. I'm at least giving them, like, the benefit of the doubt, since it is the Super Bowl. And also, I didn't want to just have blowout, skip the game, blowout, skip the game, blowout, skip the game. That'd be kind of a boring way to have the season unfold. I know it's good for Montel Horner, not good for our entertainment value to just have a bunch of blowouts. But 4th down and 4, and the Cowboys are going to keep it going. They're at the 31. I mean, this has been a pretty time-consuming drive in terms of the amount of plays it's taken relative to where they started. And, well, their quarterback's got 300 yards, but he's got 3 interceptions as well. And they'll throw 1st down at the 20-yard line. 2 minutes to go. And this is just little by little, they're chipping away. But will it even matter? He's inside the 10, goal to go at the 8. And at the 2-minute warning, Cowboys getting sacked, and this is going to basically be it as they get it short, and it's 30 goal from the 7. Now or never. Dallas stepping into it. It's caught, no, knocked away. 4th and goal. Last one. And it's not gonna be in. That's game over. Montel Horner with a spotless playoff record in this one, where he threw a whole bunch of touchdowns and, well, 0 interceptions on his way to dominating to a Super Bowl for the 2nd time in his career, and a true legendary 4-year run for Horner, where he got everything he wanted, as he's going to hit 30 plus years old. And while regression is going to start to kick in and the team around him due to his contract may start to deteriorate a little bit, he got his major run. And while we look at the season that he was able to have 48 touchdowns, a career high, 4 picks, and tying his career high in completion percentage, also had 3 rushing touchdowns, 350 rushing yards, a Super Bowl MVP, and on to the next season where you could see, like, Mekhi Lemon isn't here. The tight end, they had a really good tight end, he's not here. And then you look at the defense, you can see also their overall has gone down by 2. R. Mason Thomas is gone after winning Defensive Player of the Year. They got good corners, though. That's cool. And the Steelers go 10-7 in the next year. No first-round bye. They'll be taking on a familiar opponent for the 3rd time in the playoffs. They'll be taking on the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, how crazy can you get when you're going for 4 Super Bowl appearances in a row? Now you're going for 5 Super Bowl appearances in a row. And even though the team is a little bit worse and you're at that point in your career, Horner is, where he's 30 plus, he's going to start regressing. He's still amazing. Not an MVP this year, but let's see how long he can keep it going. Because right now, you're up 10 points, and the Colts are going to make it a 7-point game with a field goal there. That is good. 11 minutes to go, and Horner looking to add another playoff win to his resume. That's a nice block out in front where he just leveled the dude. Give him a first down and another carry where they will have another 3 running games. 7 for 39. Maybe could do a little bit more, but like we've seen how this team operates. They throw the ball like 40 times a playoff game, it feels like. And just in general, like at the end of this video, you're going to have like a full breakdown of like the stats and everything that he was able to accumulate throughout his career. And there's a lot of interesting stuff we'll get into, but man, just he throws the ball a lot. And I mean, 600 pass attempts on average per year. And then like going into the playoffs where he's averaging, like 40 pass attempts almost, roughly that even. I mean, the game where he had 57 pass attempts, they do not care. They want him to be the reason they win, the reason they lose. Even when he throws 7 picks, he could still be the reason they win because their defense will help him out, even if most of the time the defense does allow like 30 plus in the playoffs. I still think there is enough room though to get another ring on the resume, and we'll obviously at the end also break down where he ends up like ranking all time in terms of, if he makes a GOAT debate, possible, if he ends up on the Mount Rushmore, if he's a top 5, top 10, maybe, I would imagine he's a Hall of Famer by now. I was going to say, like, maybe he doesn't, but no, I mean, 3 MVPs, 2 rings. You're a Hall of Famer already. It's just about how high can you climb, and how long does he end up playing? What's that longevity look like? Well, they're in the red zone right now, and could go up by 3 scores. I mean, they've been able to handle the Colts before, pull themselves right at about the 10-yard line, 2nd and 3, 5 minutes to go. I mean, the Steelers have just been firmly in control. Goal to go at the 1, and the handoff is in. That's a 3-score lead for the Colts that have to overcome. And we'll kind of jump ahead a little bit here to see if the Colts can make something of this drive. And they're getting sacked. So you're backed up to 2nd and 19. They go with a little draw for the quarterback. It's probably not an ideal one to do there in that situation, but 3rd and 17. They'll take a shot over the middle where it's going to be caught. He's right at the line. They pull him back. It's going to be 4th and inches. And now, for a potential sealer, they do get the scramble for the 1st and more. I'll give him 15 on the play, 2:45 to go, and he's sacked. So now another long deficit to overcome. They have to chip their way out of it, and they'll get to a 3rd and 15. Will they force 4th down and long? And yes, they will. Another sack, 4th and 19 to put a definitive end and to move on once again. He's down. And Horner, 233 touchdowns and 34 attempts. Again, one of the more quiet Horner games in the playoffs. Just a normal good game, which is, pretty abnormal for Horner in the playoffs. Divisional round taking on the Chiefs. So a chance to go back to the AFC Championship and a chance to go back to the Super Bowl. The issue here as well, he got a lot to try to overcome. 39-24 against a 12-win Chiefs squad. Now, this is maybe the most in danger things have been. Ty Simpson is still the quarterback here of the Chiefs. Remember, when we played the Chiefs last time, Ty Simpson got hurt early in the 4th quarter. The game was really close in the snow, and they weren't able to get it done, and the backup quarterback was a big reason why. I mean, not the reason, but there were other things at play. Maybe they would have won if Ty Simpson was in, but now they get their chance, and well, Ty Simpson and his offense has put up 39 points, and Horner has the ball back in his own end zone, firing, it's picked off! And at the 25-yard line, the Chiefs are really close to going up by 3 scores, and maybe this Super Bowl appearance run is going to come to an end here as a handoff is tackled for 3rd and inches. From the pistol, they'll go to throw. It's incomplete, so they'll force a field goal try. They don't go for it. That's fair, though. Get a 3-score lead. 42-24. And Montel Horner, do you have a last breath in you, a miracle to try to get to a 5th straight Super Bowl? Quick throw, it's caught, and on the run, after a big scramble, he gets another 21 yards. Horner's over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns as he'll throw on the run, picked off again. And that could be, I think, what does it for him. I don't know, man. They end up getting a 3 and out, but like even still, you back them up a little bit field position wise, and even then, also you take time off the clock. You took another minute. Horner, though, from the 31 will find a receiver, gets it to about the 15-yard line, but only just over 3 minutes to go. And Horner scrambling. Horner inside the 10, slides at the 3, and needing the touchdown here. Horner, end zone, caught, and a touchdown with 2:12 to go to make it a 2-score game. Onside kick it's gonna be dropped, and the Steelers have the onside. Okay, now hold on a second. The Steelers still have all timeouts. It's still only 2 minutes to go, but if you could score like immediately here and keep your timeouts, there's a catch. And it's going to be a timeout used. You need another onside kick, it looks like. A quick completion there for another big gain to the 29. A minute and a half to go. Horner outside, broke it up. I mean, you got to basically score here, because even if you don't get the onside, you could still feasibly get the ball back with a little bit of time, but you cannot afford to burn another timeout or to take too much extra time. But I just don't know. It's still really difficult. Completed. It'll be at the 7. It'll hurry back up. Come on. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Do you get the other onside kick, or will it be over? You kind of need it. You just do. And the 2-point conversion is good, but it doesn't matter if you can't get a second onside kick, and you can't. The Chiefs are able to run the clock out, and they boot through a field goal with like less than 20 seconds to go, and that'll be game. That is unfortunate that you dug yourself too big of a hole. Horner, 471, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks. That's more what we're used to from Horner, just doing ridiculous stuff. And unfortunately, the Super Bowl run has come to an end. And now you gotta reassess here, as the Cardinals made the Super Bowl after all these years, but lose to the Chargers, but cool. And here's the regression starting to really kick in. How about a -8 to throw mid and everything? He is now like a 98 with boosts, but, you know, a little bit lower than that. And the team is not amazing compared to what it's been. Still not a bad team, still a playoff caliber team, but maybe more of like a tier 2 contender, and they are the 6th seed, a 10-7 record. So another 10-win season, but you are unfortunately going to deal with, for the first time in this video, a Montel Horner injury. And he misses the playoff game where they lose 21-0. That's really unfortunate. Horner got hurt. He got hurt very late in the season. He got hurt, I think, game 15 or game 16. It was a groin injury, and he missed it, and then they end up losing. So there goes kind of a year of potential contention out the window. And, you know, I was surprised that injuries didn't hit sooner. I mean, his injury rating and toughness and everything wasn't amazing. You see the speed going down a little bit. So now they have an insane running back, 98 overall running back, but the team is about similar. You know, it should be roughly a similar level team. Again, you can still contend, and they do end up with another 10-win season. They win the division, so right back to the playoffs. A healthy Montel Horner, who has been, you know, kind of Pro Bowl level, outside MVP conversations, kind of more of like a, when you look at the MVP standings at the end, he's more in the, 5th, 6th range rather than being like a top 3 finalist type of guy. So he's still like obviously really good. He's still above a 90 overall, still an X factor, still has some nice weapons and can, go out and do his thing. But you can see where the team is starting to fall apart a little bit. Oh my goodness, that was a brutal hit that he just took. And the Titans right now, it is a 14-10 game where the Titans are losing, but that's a great completion for the first down to the 31. But, I mean, you could see, like, when we looked at the contract, by this point, Horner's getting paid, like, $80+ million, and that's if they didn't restructure. I didn't check every year if they were restructuring the contract, so he's making at least, like, $80 million. He could be making $90 to $100 million in salary. So, like, there's a lot of money being tied up into Horner, and the Titans are inside the 10 at the 7-yard line, looking for the lead. He'll move, he'll go backwards and fumble the ball, loses 13, but they do recover it. Second and goal from the 20, and out the back of the end zone. Third and goal, sending an extra man on the inside rush. The running back picked it up, and they will end up only getting about 7, though, after a completion. They settle for a field goal, which is fine because, for the Steelers at least, it keeps them with a 1-point lead. Now, can they do something with these 6.5 minutes to try to make sure that the Titans cannot knock them out? It's been now 2 years of not so much success compared to what they've been used to. Horner with just a straight-up miss on third down, and it gives the Titans the ball back within a minute. So now you got to go back out there on defense with just a 1-point lead, and the Titans will run, sort of scrambling, got free, and he just dives down for a short game. Third down and 4.5 to go, though, and you're really just asking your defense to hold it here. It's not been the strong offensive day that you're used to, that you're hoping for, and you need your defense, who typically allows like 30+, to do their thing and allow less than 14, and right now they're right on that line because a field goal could potentially lose them the game, and a pick. The defense actually comes up big. The 37, Horner, now taking over and trying to see if he can add to things. There's a completion for 17. Titans burn a timeout. Touchdown here would be, still pretty big, but you want to be able to run out the clock. And honestly, that's a weird result there, to get past the first down, then get shoved backwards, lose forward momentum, but then they score the touchdown on the next play. And the reason it's kind of like weird, because it's like, it's still a 1-score game now, touchdown, 2-point conversion. Maybe you could have aimed to try to, put things in a way where you get just enough to try to run out the clock and maybe get another first down and then try to run out the rest of it and make them use all their timeouts and see if you could do it that way. But I think the touchdown's the safe move, not risk anything, not go down intentionally. You're making sure that there's no way that you can lose this game in regulation, barring something absurd, and that should have been a pick. 4th and 1, though, and they will convert, but you just missed out on an opportunity to end the game, basically, with the pick, and now the Titans, still with a chance, completed, got a first down, and at the 40-yard line of Pittsburgh, as they'll throw short again, but he gets a lot after the run, and that'll be 20 yards on what was like a 3-yard little drag route. And now they'll run for a gain of 3. They have time right now. They got under a minute to go, 2 timeouts, but they're in the red zone as they'll move. Left throw, back middle, incomplete, 3rd and 7. Man in motion. And in the pocket, he'll move left again. He'll scramble. He's got the first. He slides at the 4. And now for the touchdown. He'll get it. Hey, he's in. And they need the 2-point conversion to force overtime. As a 2 for the tie. It's knocked down. All that could be for nothing. Onside kick is picked up by Pittsburgh. And they will survive this one. Horner, not his best game, but the defense had one of their better playoff performances. And moving on to the divisional round. For the first time in this video, we get to see the New York Jets in some action as 2 10-7 teams. And the Jets are with the ball right now, up 21-10. So it's been, maybe the worst offensive playoff run for Horner so far, where not a whole lot going in the game against the Titans. Despite the points on the board, it wasn't really due to him too much. And now in this game, just 10 points. And Horner is 150 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. So, I mean, even though like, he's still a really high overall, the regression is a lot more clear that you could see that it's just not as good as it used to be, and maybe the team around him isn't as good as it used to be, and it's all kind of compounding on this team not being the type of contenders that you'd hope, as they'll float one outside, though. That's a touchdown from 34, and Horner is still going to do what he can to will this team and do the best that he can, as the two-point conversion is nowhere close. 21-16, though, is your score. 5-point game, and the Steelers now needing another stop on defense. Play action, they go shovel pass, and it gets the first down and more. 16 on that one. It's a nice play, as they'll go quick turn, hand, draw, and that'll be another 7 or 8. They call it 8. 2nd down and 2. And the handoff for another first. Jumps over a down defender and gets free to the 37. As now the Steelers defense being pushed back by this rushing attack, where they finally get a decent one on their end. Only a 1-yard gain, but they're going to stick to it on the ground. And they have no reason not to. Another first. He's got 20 carries, 110 yards, and keep it going. Another first. And they are just getting ran through. The 13, another carry, another solid run, 6 yards. From the 7 now, and they'll throw. No, keep it on the RPO. He'll run, and that'll be a 3-yard scramble for a 3rd down. It inches. It's another first on the ground. Goal to go from the 2. Just keep handing it to him. Dives in. Nothing this defense could do to stop the ground game. That was atrocious defense. And now Horner is down by 12 with under 4.5 to go. And can Horner, I mean, even if he scores here, you got to hope your defense can, do something in the ground game, because that was just ugly. And completion will set up 2nd and 10 from the 44, making an adjustment. He'll drop back. Running back picks up the rush for a moment, throws it on the run. That's a tough pass to make, and it's caught flag down. And that'll be a hold, so knock him back. And that was such a good play, and it got taken off the board. So it's 3rd down and 20 now. They'll set up the screen. They got to go for it, so they're just trying to get what they can on this, and they get 7, but it's 4th and 13. Horner is gonna throw a pick. Had to force something, but it wasn't what he should have been throwing. But even still, you kind of let him down by taking off that big play with a hold, and then, I mean, your defense is just not being able to really do much at all in the stopping of the ground game. 3rd down and 5. They have the chance here, and they do get it, but the problem is you've used all your timeouts. They'll get a field goal on the drive. 31-16. Feels like there's a lot of games where the Steelers defense will allow literally like 31 points, and it's like, man, you're asking your quarterback to have to go out there and score 30 plus every single game. He contributes to some of it, but like, we know how good he is, and you know how bad the defense has looked at some instances. So it's like, man, can he not have to force him to score 30 that much? Especially later in his career, where he could maybe use a little bit of help. Incompletion, and that will be a 4th down turnover. And, well, the Jets end up getting stopped pretty quickly, but they kick a field goal, and that's going to make it just too big of a lead. As with a minute to go, we jump ahead. Horner throws it on the run. That's a really good throw for a touchdown. That was impressive, but an onside kick down 11 with 50 seconds to go. It's picked up by the Jets, and that will be it. And it kind of feels like maybe the run is over. Horner, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. But maybe just the Steelers team can't compete anymore. And the defense, I mean, look at their defense. 26 points per game, 27th pass, 13th run. They still had a top 5 passing offense, top 5 scoring offense. They have just a bottom-level defense right now. Horner's down to a 90 overall, like, all things considered. He's a 92 with, like, the morale boost and everything, but he's down to a 90. And the offense still looks good, but defense still not so ideal. So you get to the playoffs here. The Steelers, 1 game worse, 9-8 on the season, but they sneak in to a wild card matchup where they get to play the Denver Broncos, and it's just been a little bit worse year after year after year since that main run that they had. And I worry that, like, this could be just another one and done, or make it to the divisional round and you don't really get anything further, and the career could maybe go out sad. We want to see one more one more real chance from them. But the issue right now, Denver's up 28-19 with the ball in the red zone. Third down upcoming with a 3-yard completion. 3rd and 7. The throw for the outside. It's caught at a first down. Goal to go at the 1. And handoff. That's good defense there. But, like, you really just need to help them out on defense a little bit. That's a breaking up pass, but, I mean, they score a touchdown here. It could be just an insurmountable deficit to overcome. They don't score. 4th and 4, and they're going to kick it. And, well, tell me if you heard this before. The opponent has 31 points. Why is that, like, just, like, it's like a magical number here. That's, like, so odd that just keeps happening. So, once again, the magic number to try to score more than 31. Can Horner do it? He's got 2 picks on the day, 250 on the game, and does he have a little bit more magic left in him in his career where he is just already going to go down as obviously like a Hall of Fame legend quarterback, but I want to see if he has one more left in him. Come on, Horner. So throw from the 47, floated deep. He's got a step or two. Got it! Touchdown from 47. There we go. Horner scores. 31-26. Broncos don't get too comfy. Defense, what do you got for me? 2nd and 3. Handoff. That's a first down. And a gain to the 39. Still a lot of time, but like you just can't let them in the end zone. Even a field goal would be pretty rough in this scenario, but you definitely got to just keep them out of the end zone here. There's another first. Can't make the tackle. And to the 47 of Pittsburgh. Play action. It's picked off out of nowhere. He just got his hands up on that one. And that just was such a snap interception. Just everything flipping right there. And now Horner has a chance to maybe do this, as he's got it at the 46. 3rd and 3. Blitz in. Gets it out to an open running back. The running back caught the touchdown earlier. And now they're keeping it going with these backs out of the backfield. As now a completion over the middle of the 18. Horner up to 360 on the day. Handoff. Running through a defender. Gets free. And what a run. Touchdown. Steelers. That's the lead. And the Steelers, well, they got that past that 31 threshold. They got to 32 because the 2-point conversion is no good. And now can the defense come up with a stop one more time to give the Steelers a chance to end this, as they'll throw it deep. Ball broken up. 3rd and 10 from the 23, as they'll go to the air. 3-man rush. Everybody dropped in coverage. It'll be short of the sticks, and the Broncos will punt it away. Dangerous to do, because you're giving them a chance like that. What a first down run. A couple of those, and it's game over. Quick throw underneath. Caught, broken tackle. Gain of 7, as they'll throw again. They're just letting Horner do it through the air. Got a first down. One more to send him to the next round. He's hit. It's incomplete. But, like, they're really just, they don't care about running it, though. They just want to throw it for the first, but they do have it. That's game over. Horner, 400 yards and a 1-point win. And back to the divisional round they go. Can they get through this time? Taking on the Bengals. So the Bengals come in to defend their home turf. And, well, I guess we actually have a legit chance here, because the Bengals are getting run off their home field 44-17, 51-17. 51-24. That is game Horner. Only 270 in the air, but 5 touchdown passes to send them to the conference championship. For the first time in a couple of years, they're on to the conference title game, and they're taking on an opponent that they've seen a couple of times before as well, the Tennessee Titans. 27-14, and Horner, can he somehow take this 9-win Steeler team that has the worst defense? You'll see the rankings. They got the worst defense he's had in his career, to the Super Bowl, a touchdown, and they get it in on the ground. The Steelers are up, and with this 2-point conversion, it'll be 35-14. And another high-scoring mark, as this offense has now needed to put up 32 in the first round. I mean, they didn't need to put up 50 in the next game, but they did. and they would have had to put up like 30 anyway, but they needed to put up at least 30. They got 50, and now 35 against Tennessee, where Tennessee, it's actually, you know, credit to the Steeler defense in this game, at least 3 interceptions and a big hit, where their running backs averaging just under 3 a carry as well. So the Steeler defense, I could hate on them a little bit, but not so much this game. But maybe for that tackling effort, he just ran through 2 people, and a first down to the 20-yard line. Handoff, and big hit again. These guys are some hard hitters, but can they hold off from trying to have a comeback be rallied by the Titans, where they get a couple there? 3rd down and 4 from the 13. Got a completion. No, it's knocked out. 4th down and 4. Could be a death sentence play here if they can't get it. Throw it on the run. End zone caught. Touchdown, Titans. And they are not going to let themselves roll over here. We've seen high-scoring quarters that the defense has allowed before. Can the Steelers either get one more score to put it away or fumble the ball? The running back, come on! Are you kidding me? The Titans recover, and the Titans are at the 15 now. Don't you dare do this. Completed. Touchdown, Titans. Just like that. It's a 7-point game. And is this team allergic to allowing low points? Like, even that wasn't even all the defense, honestly, because, you know, the fumble was what set them up. But, like, my goodness, what are we doing here? 5 minutes to play. And Horner, you got to do more, I guess. Completed? No, that's a bad ball from him. And now the Titans take over after that. And I am, like, really worried because this seems like it could be the last chance for him to, like, win a ring, to get to a Super Bowl, to do something, to get that next stamp on his resume, his legacy, and brought down a sack from the defense. That's huge. They forced the punt. 4 minutes to go. And that'll be a run for 1 yard. 2nd down and 9. Dropping to throw, where Horner will go outside, knocked away. 3rd down with 3.5 to go. As Horner has got his man, not gonna be able to catch it. A diving grab couldn't be made, and the Titans get a ball. It's out on the screen. This could be their last drive, their last real opportunity to do this. Under 3 to go. They go quick pass, incomplete. 3rd down and 2. The only way it wouldn't be is if, like, they immediately go 3 and out and punt here, and they can get a stop, which maybe can happen. He's not gonna get the first. It's 4th and 3, but you do go for it. And the handoff is not gonna go. Steelers get the stop. And now, can the Steelers end it? Incomplete from Horner. I mean, I guess, like, you can run the ball a little bit. You have an amazing quarterback. Wouldn't it kill you to run as that pass caught? And not going to get the first. 4th and 4. But you know what? It's okay because you get to settle for a field goal, where the kick for a 2-score lead is good. Just avoid the choke and you're headed to your 5th Super Bowl of your Steeler career as a completion to the 40-yard line. And the Titans are obviously, I mean, like, it's fine if they score, just, like, fall on an onside kick. That's a good ball. Titans maybe could just immediately try to take a field goal now, but they're not going to. They're probably just going to go for the touchdown first. Scrambling and sliding. No, he ain't even going to slide. He's just going to take the hit. The 17. Passing outside and to the 8. Goal to go with 40 seconds to play. He'll throw back of the end zone, incomplete. I thought he was going to run for a moment, but he dropped to throw it, and now 3rd and goal as he'll move now, running and down. He'll go 4th and goal. They'll go for it and not kick the field goal. That's knocked away, and that is game. Titans are down. The Steelers back to a Super Bowl despite a 9-win season, and hope maybe being lost that this Steelers team would be able to ever compete. Horner has a chance to get his 3rd ring. He's got his 5th Super Bowl appearance and maybe his last one. And it's his 5th Super Bowl against his 5th different team. We've gone Steelers, Giants, Steelers... It was Steelers, Cowboys, I know Giants, Falcons, Saints, now Packers. So 5 different teams that he is matched up against in the Super Bowl. It's 26-23. Steelers are down. Steelers got the ball, though, at the 36. breaking a tackle here on the toss, and they are in already position to tie this game up at the very least. But Horner, can he do it again at the completion to him? And it'll be 19 more. He's got 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Actually a pretty nice game. Horner has got a short one, no gain. As from the 16, spread in the field, Horner, throw outside, caught for the first down, goal to go from the 5. And can Horner find his 4th touchdown of this Super Bowl? It'll go outside, there it is, touchdown for the lead, Montel Horner. Can you do it one more time? As the play action Packers take their shot down the field, and very quickly they get themselves 34 yards on the opening play of the drive, and now the Packers, their run game not doing too hot, and at least we have one thing going for us. It's not possible really for the Packers to score 31 points, so they will not have 31. They'll need though 30 plus to win this game. As for the red zone opportunity that they are closing in on at the 26. They need the first down to get there. As they'll throw short, it's caught, it turns the corner for the first, and at the 12. And their quarterback Valdez, 300 plus, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Another good QB game being put up in a big game against the Steelers team. He'll scramble, throw on the run, end zone, touchdown. And the Packers take the lead with 5 to go. And Montel Horner, do you got one more drive in you maybe to take the lead? At the very least, tie it up. Can you do your job? Because your defense, once again in a Super Bowl, has allowed over 30 points. And the throw deep on 3rd and 8. He's got it! And he broke the tackle at 21. What a ball! And now tie game is very much in the realm of possibility, but he wanted his shot to get the goal to go. Didn't happen. 2nd and 10. Underneath. Got a completion. 3rd and 2. So close to the marker. Quick throw outside. He's not going to get it. 4th and 2, they call it. And they'll have to kick the field goal for the tie. A defense, just at least get it to overtime. I mean, this would be such a crazy, upset too, given how this Steelers team is. I mean, it's a 15-2 Packers team, and the 9-win Pittsburgh Steelers team that almost just had a pick. You should have had it. That could have been it. That could have been what you needed. 3rd and 10, sliding. It's 4th down, and Horner will get one more drive, maybe. He'll take a shot, Dave. Montel Horner, no! Need a little bit more on it. 2nd and 10. And the throw outside. And off the hands of his receiver. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10. And Horner over the middle. It's called close. It's 4th and inches, and they punt. And the Steelers so close so many times in this one. That's like their 3rd close call. Almost a pick, almost that deep completion, almost that first down. 3rd down and inches, 1 minute to play for the Packers. Can he get off the field? No, you're going to scramble and slide for the first. 50 seconds from the 44. Jump pass, got it! To the 35, and now very much in field goal range. And it's not going to end like this, is it? And 39 seconds, another first down about to be picked up, and this is just the whole clock being ran down. Last play, field goal for the win, chip shot, and the Packers win the Super Bowl on that. 350 and 4 touchdowns for Horner, and that was maybe the last real opportunity. I mean, he did what he could. About 36 points in the Super Bowl once again. And you're going to see, this defense was bad once we get into it. As, I've been showing you the stats every season. Look at the Steelers defense, man. 32nd points per game, 31st passing off our defense. They had a minus point differential in the regular season and were the worst scoring defense. And he dragged that team to a Super Bowl. So honestly, he might have lost, but it's one of those things where that's just really impressive. He's down all the way to an 85 overall now. Regression hit hard at 35 years old. And essentially, this is kind of going to be the final chapter of the career. The team is just not all that good. Really, at all. I mean, they were bad last year as a defense. Now the offense is slipping a little bit. Horner no longer can carry the load. 6-11, so they missed the playoffs for the first time under Horner, and he does take a bit of a regression season. They weren't a very good They were the worst rushing offense, the worst rushing defense. They weren't good. The Titans get their Super Bowl win, and the Titans have been in the mix for a number of years. So in the free agency market, Horner does re-sign a 1-year contract to stay with the Steelers as an 80 overall, and what is likely going to be it for him. I mean, again, the team just like pretty whatever, you know, some nice players, not a whole lot of great depth or anything. Kind of expected that later on in his career. 7-10, a 1-game improvement, but no playoffs. As Horner, he actually did have a much better season. He threw 39 touchdowns, 4,600 yards. So I guess he kind of like was like, hey, I still got it. Even though my defense once again was the 30th scoring defense, I still pulled you guys into having a competent offense. But that ends up being it for Montel Horner, who retires after 15 years and goes straight to the Hall of Fame. So let's get into all the fun stuff that we want to know. And here is the career for Montel Horner. When I do this stuff, I don't do it halfway, man. We go through. I tracked every single bit of his playoff statistics and everything. All of that stuff, his win, losses, and everything like that. I've done that in the previous years. We're doing that still. 145 wins to 92 losses in his career, so a pretty good win-loss record. 10 Pro Bowls made, 3 MVPs, a playoff record of 19-8. He made 5 Super Bowls, won 2, ends up with 63,000 career passing yards. The 63 completion percentage, one thing I have noticed is the completion percentage in Madden this year is a bit lower, and it makes sense, and I think it's right because, I mean, in the Maddens, like the past year or two, I mean, quarterbacks were like 70% was like the bare minimum, and you'd see quarterbacks even complete like, you know, 74% of their passes. So I think it's good that the completion percentage, you know, it takes a scale down a little bit. That makes sense. No, every quarterback in the league is not completing high 60s, low 70s of their passes. That just doesn't make sense. But the touchdown to interception ratio was pretty insane. 484 touchdowns to 83 picks. I would have liked more rushing success, obviously, given that he was like a 97 speed quarterback. Whenever he did run, he was good. 5.6 a carry. I mean, he was just on a team that didn't really, like, ask him to do it, I guess. I mean, he was with the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers, they don't really ask that of him. So, like, I get it, but, you know, we know how good of a rushing threat he probably could have been if that was tapped into, but, like, you know, he wanted to be maybe more of a passing quarterback, and, well, he was a pretty dang good passing quarterback. I find it really interesting. The playoff stats are just out of control. 9,000 passing yards in, you got to keep in mind, 27 playoff games. His completion percentage from 63% in the regular season, 70% in the playoffs. That is absurd. But what is also absurd is the fact that his interceptions skyrocket in the playoffs. His interceptions are absurd in the playoffs. But, like, also everything of his is just severely, like, cranked up to the max. 500 rushing yards, 10 rushing touchdowns in the playoffs. Like, this is obviously an amazing career. Like, it's Hall of Fame worthy, and, you know, it's just kind of a matter of, like, we get to see where he ranks all time, because I also have all of his rankings. So we take into account the rankings of players who ended up finishing their career, like Patrick Mahomes, for example, you know, jumped him in yards. So this isn't where he ranks currently on the yards chart as of, like, right now, because, you know, Mahomes finished his career. He ended up with, like, over 63,000 passing yards, and other players finished their careers. So I took into account that, but here is what we ended up landing at. He had the 10th most wins all time, 10th in yards, 7th in touchdowns, but 171st in picks. So, like, you know, a great touchdown interception ratio. He was top 10 in like attempts, completions, passing yards per game, average pass attempts per game. Now, this was the interesting thing, the pass attempts per game. So I did the math. It was about like 36-ish pass attempts. It was like 36 point something in the regular season, which is obviously a lot. 36 pass attempts per game in the regular season is a pretty high amount. In the playoffs, you would think with all of the, you know, crazy stats, he's like throwing 45 times. It was higher. It was like 40. It was like right at around 40 pass attempts, which is 4 more per game, which makes sense. You know, you have a great quarterback, you're going to let him throw more in the playoffs. That's your guy. But I just find it so crazy, the interception percentage. So he had by far the best interception percentage in NFL history in the regular season. Just slightly under 1% of his passes were picked off. In the playoffs, though, it jumps to an astonishing, like, 3 point something, which is absurd. But he counteracts that with having the 19th touchdown percentage in the regular season and having by far the best touchdown percentage in playoff history. It was like 7% of his passes were touchdowns, which is insane. It's just like everything was cranked up to the max. Number 1 pass attempts per game in the playoffs. Number 1 yards per game by a mile in the playoffs. It was like 300 and something. It was like absurd. It was like 330 something yards per game in the playoffs, I think it was. Touchdown percentage, though, first, which Brady was, I think, first before, but he even surpassed Brady. In all the cumulative statistics, the only people he is behind is Brady and Mahomes. He's behind Mahomes in wins. So, you know, like, he ended up being, on a per play, per game basis, I think the best playoff quarterback ever. Like, because Brady played 48 playoff games, so obviously all the cumulative statistics are his. But, you know, Horner played 27, which is a big sample size. And on a per game, per play basis, all of his stats blow Brady's out of the water. Like, it's insane how crazy he was in the playoffs. I mean, just look at the comparison that I had in the previous graphic. 7% completion percentage better. He was a half a yard better in yards per attempt. He was an absurd just amount of touchdowns on his plays. He also had the 10 rushing touchdowns, which is 3rd all time for playoff quarterbacks. Like, it was just insane. And then in all the regular season stuff, he's basically top 10 all time. And then you add on top of that 2 rings. How many quarterbacks all time have 2 rings? Not a whole lot. How many have made 5 Super Bowls? Not a whole lot. How many have 3 or more MVPs? Not a whole lot. Now, I do think Brady still maintains the GOAT status, of course. I don't think, you know, with the amount of rings that Horner had, 2, that's going to be enough to catch Brady. But while Brady maintains his GOAT status, Mahomes in this universe never won another Super Bowl. So, does Horner maybe have the conversation for the 2nd greatest quarterback of all time? Because whoever you think it is, whether you think it's Mahomes, Manning, Montana, some people say Aaron Rodgers off pure talent, whoever else you may think, I'm not going to debate that, but whoever you think it is Horner the number 2 quarterback? Is that better? Is this resume better? Is he a Mount Rushmore quarterback? Is he a top 5, top 10? I think you can very fairly argue that he might be the 2nd best quarterback of all time given this. But, you know, some people will say rings, some people will say cumulative statistics, some people will say whatever it is. Like, you know, everyone's criteria is going to be different. So let me know what you guys all thought. I think this was a really fun career with a really fun narrative of, like, the holdout and the Cardinals thing and how he was able to go to one of, like, the biggest franchises, like one of the most, like, historic franchises and give them their success and had that big contract. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I really like the additions to Madden this year that kind of humanized the players a little bit more. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what you want to see in Madden, what other things you want me to do. I was thinking of maybe like a series in Madden, other things, of course. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.